All right, what is going on? What is going on? Everybody, thanks for hopping in. We are live at the After Review Studios because we're trying to be official over here. We're calling it a studio. It's just my office. But it sounds better, sounds more official. We're going through breaking down every single game this weekend, all 16 of them. We're going in depth. We're talking about the betting and the betting lines. And week 18 is a bizarre week. We're going to see lines you're never going to see in the regular season. I mean, our first game, we're looking at 17 and a half points on ESPN right now. It's probably more when we switch on over. Looking at down, we're going to break things down, looking at the analytics on PFF, but give everybody a little bit to hop into the chat, get everything going. If you weren't here last stream, you guys asked for it. We delivered. We got an official After the Review Discord. Check out the pinned comment at the top. Going to try and give us something to be a little bit more, engaging. Looking at, where our fans can hang out, talk about sports. Trying to set up some new things on the Discord. Trying to see if we can get this live stream up there, but I guess not. I guess we're going to have to go to YouTube, find our live here. See if I can find it. Drop it in the Discord so everybody's in there. So hop on in there if you want to do Discord. Just a little bit easier way to get in touch with me. I know people have tried, Insta, Twitter, stuff like that, but everybody's got a million different platforms they use, and Discord seems to be the hip new thing. And, my boomer self, I guess we're hopping into it. But yeah, giving everybody a little bit of time here to hop on in. Let me post this to the Discord. Okay, and we can get started, get rocking and rolling out there. Close these windows. Okay, first game, easy enough. We got Browns Ravens over here, and this is an interesting game because Browns really aren't playing for everything. They are dead. Gabriel, hello, what is up? Browns aren't really playing for anything, obviously. We know the Browns aren't playing for anything because they're the Cleveland Browns. And they are never playing for anything, it feels like. But we're going to head on over, pull up the PFF window. Why are you up this late? Because we do late night streams. It seems like we do more viewers on the late night. And that's what, people like the late night streams. Hanging out, hopping in. So we do late night. We're going to run late night. If everyone keeps having these great views late night, we're going to keep rocking and rolling. So if you haven't already, drop a quick like on the stream. Get this out there to you through YouTube algorithm. Is the screen big enough? Can everybody see the PFF screen over here? It's hard to tell on my end exactly how much you guys are seeing. I can make it a little bit bigger for you guys. Yeah, not on this channel. I have played Fortnite. Not a long time. I'm an old man. I can't be getting beat by a bunch of children out there playing Fortnite. My 10-year-old cousin over there grittying on me is not so fun. We strictly rocking in sports. Maybe I'll play college football and bring them down to earth a little bit. But let's look at the current line here on PFF. So the consensus line in the market is 20. Ravens are 20-point favorites. CAE, have a good night. Thanks for stopping in, even if it was for a little bit. 20 point favorites for the Baltimore Ravens. This is just, you don't see these lines in the NFL, so it's really hard to try and figure out what to do with this line. Implications are there's no real value here on PFF. They're saying it's about a minus 2% value. What's good, Raymond? We're just kicking this off. I mean, we're looking at 50%. I mean, there's no lean this way. PFF projections are saying 19.5 probably should be the line. So maybe a slight edge to the Browns, but 19.5 is not a number. 20 is a number, so you might be looking at a push here if you want to swallow those points with the Ravens. They do have 55% of the money and 52% of the bets. And we look at the market here. It's kind of been moving like crazy. Like the Browns, everybody's out. I think David Njoku's out now. Is Jared Jeudy out? It feels like half the Browns are out. The Browns have obviously given up. They have all the draft pick implications. We'll pull up Tankathon again. NFL draft order. I think the Browns are third right now in the draft order, so they can't really screw around too much here. Let's look at the power rankings. Overall, Ravens fourth, Browns terrible. The Browns are the worst offense in football, and they've played the fourth hardest schedule, but the Ravens have played the hardest schedule in the NFL this season. So there's no real lean on like, okay, maybe the Browns have just like had bad luck or stuff like that. They're just bad, I think. EPA, negative. EPA run, EPA pass, negative. They pass way more than they run. What happened to our precious Browns? Our precious Browns used to be a team, run the football, pound the rock, put in that good work, and then just take care of business. Now they kind of suck. They can't run the ball. They obviously can't throw the ball. I think is Bailey Zappi playing quarterback? Is Dorian Thompson-Robinson playing quarterback for them? I think it might be Bailey Zappi this week. The Browns are hopeless here. So that all being said, look at all of that. I think we're going to have to go with a Ravens pick here. Especially on this, it's minus 17.5. I think we're going to have to lean with the Ravens. The number's 20 right now where you're going to get it, but we'll just have to play it by ear. What's good, Monkey Man? I had another chat up in here. That is gibberish. Gabriel, don't spam the chat, please. Frankie is here. Frank with his Eagles support, obviously hitting the fly. Eagles fly. Boo! Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Let me pull up a poll question. Here's a good one. Will Aaron Rodgers play next year? I don't want to have to time you out. Let's put user in a timeout. Don't spam the chat with gibberish. Cheese equals shit, obviously. Don't make me break out the cheesehead again tonight, guys. We don't need to get to a cheesehead stream going again. Yeah. Can't go out like this. Nah. He's cooked. That purple cheese. I'm glad you like it. Well, if we keep having the great streams like we've had the last few nights, it'll be popping off here eventually, and we can get all the cheesehead people rocking and rolling. But let's get an Aaron Rodgers poll up for everybody to start us off on the night. Yeah. Will Aaron Rodgers play next year? He can't go out like this. Nah, our guy is cooked. He's definitely not going to be a New York Jet. I can tell us that much. He will not be on the New York Jets next year. But everybody else, there's some potential. All right, our next Saturday game. This is the big Saturday game. Hold on, my chat's freaking out. Am I tired? No, I'm doing all right. We took a nap today. We're ready to go. We're just trying to figure exactly what we're trying to do here. These streams can get a little bit hectic trying to get everything started and going, but once we get into the flow of things, we start rocking and rolling real quickly now. Okay, here we go. Browns Steelers. This line is 2.5 consensus wise. Browns Bengals Steelers. Excuse me. Maybe I am more tired. I said Bengals Steelers right now. Bengals laying the 2.5. PFF projections are 2.1. So No real edge there. It's about that number. Is it going to be 2? Is it going to be 3? Little slight edge, good value on the Bengals, slightly above value here if you're taking the Bengals for the -2.5. Horrible value for the Steelers. You should be paying a lot more to get the Steelers than -5.4%. 70% of the money, obviously, on the Bengals. 63% of the bets. I think this is a Bengals game. Like, everybody wants the Bengals to win. Everyone's hoping the Bengals can find their way into the playoffs. And you know what? I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Bengals are a fun team. They're an exciting team. We want the Bengals into the playoffs. They're really, really up against it, though. I don't know how the Bengals are going to try and figure this one out. Okay, my sub counter's not working. We've picked up a couple of subs there, so I guess we're just going to have to delete it for now. Not working there, these widgets. Trying to figure out these widgets. What's up, Gregory? Just hopping into it. We already did the first game. We already did Ravens. Probably going to cover that first game. This Bengals are not really good. The Bengals offense is pretty good. The plain crazy guy of trains. What is up? It's Liam. Liam is back. Welcome back, Liam. I agree. Overall, this Bengals team's not good. Their kicker is bad. Their defense is horrible. But their offense might be a top 5 offense, top 3 offense in the league this year, especially with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase healthy. Now, Chase Brown is a little bit banged up. I don't think he is going to play. Is he going to? He's questionable. T. Higgins is probably going to play. We have to see what we're getting out of Chase Brown, and nothing over here on the Steelers side. Hey, Liam, I just gave you a shout out. Chill, bro, chill. Yeah, I agree. The Bengals are just too up against it. There's so many games this Bengals team threw away. I would be disgusted if I was a Bengals fan in general. Just the amount of games they threw away this year. I mean, think about the Patriots week 1. The Patriots are dog shit. They had Jacoby Brissett as their quarterback. They threw that game away. The Chiefs game, they kind of threw away. Both Ravens games, they threw away. If they just get one more of those wins, the Bengals are winning in right now. So you hate to see them kind of fall off like this, come back down to earth. But wouldn't surprise me if the Bengals won. Steelers have too much in-house dramas. Yeah, the Steelers are kind of always all over the place. What's the offense going to look like? And what's their motivation going to be? They lose the division with a win by the Ravens in the early game on Saturday. Now, it matters for playoff seedings. We can pull up the playoff machine. The playoff machine, it does matter for that game. They are still in line for the 5 seed if they win. So kind of want to make sure they win if they can. I don't know if they're going to be able to win. Are they going to be able to score and keep up with the Bengals is the real question we're trying to figure out. Joey B is a waste. Yeah, they're wasting this Joey B season for sure. I think they're just wasting Joey B. Joey B is not a waste. I think they're just wasting. I am ready for the playoffs, and really the playoffs feel like they start Sunday night, that final game between Detroit and Minnesota, because I got a bad feeling with whoever loses that game could be in real trouble against the Rams in the first round in LA. The Rams are resting everybody this week, so the Rams are probably going to throw it away. They're going to lose this week to the Seahawks, so that's going to lock them in as the 4 seed, and they're ready to take on the loser of that Vikings-Lions game, who they're hoping Sunday night, long trip, going to go to war. They played the Lions in overtime week 1. They beat Minnesota in week 8, I believe it was. But it was a short week, so that stuff does matter. But they definitely need to get their boys healthy now. I don't know why they're resting Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp ain't done shit the last month and a half. Yeah, maybe the Rams' offense has kind of been bad the last month or so, but that's been a lot of outdoor, cold, bad weather games. Indoors, at home, Stafford feeling good, Stafford getting rest and healthy. That could be a problem. Puka Nacua, those are good offensive pieces. Now, their defense is pretty much one guy in their pass rush, and then maybe a little suspect on the back ends, but they get a lot of lot of production from their rookies this year. They have a ton of sacks, not just Verse. You think about Braden Fisk out of Florida State. They have decent guys on the back end who are getting interceptions, turning the ball over. So this Rams defense isn't super scary, but they do tend to make plays, and I don't love it. Seahawks are my favorite. Eagles, Vikings, NFC Championship. Love it. Famous Bub, he's back with 37 Ks. He's extra back. The reason why you don't want your stars player hurt. 2023 Vikings win. I hope so. I hope so, Malu. I hope so. Vikings, please, just one time, guys. But let's talk a little bit about this Bengals-Steelers game. As far as betting is concerned, like I said, most of the money's on them. PFF projections here on the market probably have it at a 2.1 line, so probably should be a 2 line. You're losing a little bit of value betting on the Bengals. But it's awful value to bet on Pittsburgh. You should be getting more. Pittsburgh should be getting like 3 points here. So it's not a good Steelers bet either. Timer at 0. Got to refresh that timer. So I think everything leans to Bengals in this one. I think Pittsburgh's got a lot of issues going on. Their defense has been suspect the last few weeks, especially their pass defense. They've been giving up big pass plays and big yardage here. I mean, the only thing I could see is the Steelers have the ball last and it's a tie game and the defense has to get a stop, or it's a 4. The Bengals are up 4. You know, we get that awkward 4-3 kind of going back and forth scale. And then they just, they can't stop anybody. That's where I think Pittsburgh could be a problem for Cincinnati this week. But I do tend to agree that I think the Bengals are just going to find a way this week to go ahead and get the win. So give me the Bengals minus 2.5 right there on this one. Next game we're moving on to, we got the Falcons and the Panthers. This is a terrible game. This game says 7.5 on ESPN. When we go to PFF, I'm thinking it's going to be a lot higher on the open market here. ESPN does their lines earlier in the week, and it's just they're usually a little bit off. Both teams are trash. Yeah, the Falcons have to win this game to have any chance to get into the postseason. So there's something. It's only 7. It's down to 7. Getting a little Michael Penix action here. Bengals are going to win no matter what. Jamar will crush. Both teams are trash. Bengals are going to win this Saturday. Yeah, William, I think we're all kind of riding high on the Bengals trains. The Seahawks are going against the Rams. Who's winning? Definitely the Seahawks. The Rams are not playing a single soul on that football team. I think I could be suiting up for the Rams this weekend. My buddy's actually going to the game. He said he's going to ask McVay why he's choosing to sit everybody instead of get ready for the postseason. So, yeah, the Falcons should definitely win this game. It is only 7. I do like my Panthers. They are a little spicy. They've been spicy this year. We've been on the Panthers train because we like Bryce Young, and they've delivered some for us. They have delivered some. They aren't a complete waste of time or betting, especially lately. Now, that Buccaneers game, that Cowboys game, not great. Not great. Gregory, the Rams literally, I hope the Rams win. They literally have no one playing. I mean, no Stafford. I mean, they have like 20 guys out. Let me see. I can pull this up real quick. The Rams guys out. Puka Nacua out. Juwan Johnson out. Dotson out. Jackson out. Stafford out. Kyron Williams, I think, is out. I think Cooper Kupp is out. This whole team is out for LA. Nobody's playing for them. So yeah, that's going to be a tall task. I don't know if they want to win. I guess they'll be okay. Jimmy G is their backup is the problem. I don't have too much faith in Jimmy Garoppolo to go get a win. Bucks Super Bowl. They're gonna have a decent draw, it looks like, if they're gonna slide into that 3 seed. Now they gotta take care of the Saints this weekend, but we kind of knows how that's gonna go against the shitty Saints. Yeah, so 7.5 7. The market's 7.5 everywhere, so it hasn't changed like it has on ESPN. Open. PFF's putting it at 7, so a little bit of value here with the Panthers. 3% value, not good value at all on the Falcons. They do not like the Falcons at all in this game. 64% of the money's on the Falcons, 63% of the bets. What are the injury situations? I mean, Chuba Hubbard's obviously out, but anything else? Mooney's out. Falcons have to win this game. I kind of don't get where this line is sitting at. 49ers lost to the Rams backups last year. Not this year. Last year. But they also played their backups last year, Frisco. Sam Darnold started that game last year. Lions to the Super Bowl. Hope not, William. Hope not. Famous wants the Lions. He wants that get back for last year. Well, they got their get back in the regular season. I would be a little scared. I think the Lions might want their get back for week 3 or whatever it was. Week 2, week 3, whatever it was. It's a meaningless game for the Rams' health as a priority for the playoffs. Yeah, that's kind of, it's not completely meaningless because the Rams, pull up the playoff machine. The Rams are going to slide to that 3 seed if they lose and the Buccaneers win, and the Buccaneers have to win to get in. So it does have some implication on the seeding that the Rams are locked in to play the loser of that Lions-Vikings game now. So that's a tough first round matchup. And then you aren't getting that home game. Like you're just an upset away, especially with that Green Bay Philly game. I kind of like that 3 seed. Like I'm feeling really good about Tampa. Tampa could easily be getting a second home game now. Green Bay upsets Philly. Tampa's hosting the winner of this Rams-Lions game or Rams-Vikings game, whoever it is. They can host that game. So that's kind of a big difference, 2 home games versus 1. But if I'm the Rams and you're the 4 seed, you're ducking both NFC North. You're ducking the Eagles. The Eagles are the team the Rams don't want to play. Outdoors, bad weather, cold. That's where they've really struggled on offense. So maybe the Rams' idea is like we get rest. We play a beat-up loser of Vikings-Lions who will have a big letdown maybe. If we win that game, we go on the road to whoever wins that game as the 4 seed. And then Philly and Tampa play, and we go on the road indoors. Both the Lions and the Vikings obviously play indoors, so it's another indoor game in the divisional round. Then you could potentially, then you're going to Tampa Bay maybe, and then if you have to go to Philly, it is the NFC Championship game to go to the Super Bowl. So I think there's a good maybe philosophy the more I thought about it there, because at first I didn't get it. Like rest is important, but it's not. It's kind of important. I feel like that 3 seed would be more important, but that could be the Rams' strategy because they've looked really bad on offense the last few weeks, especially outdoors on the road. Since the Buffalo game, like you think the 49ers game, bad outside. They were bad outside against the Jets. They weren't great against the Cardinals either. That's grass, not really outside. For them. Let's see. I think Aaron Rodgers needs to leave. He's definitely leaving the Jets. The question is he leaving the league? I haven't watched that show yet. Everyone said that's kind of crazy. Liam, get back from November 3rd. Getting ready to watch Super Bowl 25 in New Orleans. Yeah, I mean, I hope you're not there watching it because the Lions aren't going to be there. Who do you think's getting the 5 seed? The Chargers or the Steelers? Gaming. I think it's going to be the Chargers. I think the Steelers are in a bad spot in Saturday. Ravens clinched that division early Saturday. Bengals come in, boom. Bengals lock up that division. And then all the Chargers have to do is beat the Raiders. They get that 5 seed. Now, if they lose to the Raiders, Pittsburgh slides into that 5. I think the Chargers are going to slide into that 5 seed. And that 5 seed is what everybody wants. Nobody wants to play the Ravens. Everybody wants to play the Texans. Chargers, Rams, baby. We got the Rams. Eric Holmes, what's up? Whose house? Rams suck. Oh, we got shots fired. Lions, Chiefs, Super Bowl. Dolphins about to put belt to ass. I don't know if Snoop Huntley is even capable of doing that, Eric. I don't know if Snoop Huntley is capable of that, but they should win, right? They are playing the Jets, but DJ Mikey Mike at quarterback is kind of scares me. Rams, Chiefs, Seahawks out, nah. NFC West champs, yes sir. Seahawks going to put the belt ass to the Rams. Well, the Rams aren't playing anybody. I feel bad that my favorite Giants are out of the playoffs this year. Yeah, but they're also out of the number 1 pick. Peak Giants there. They'll get that 4th pick though. I'm sure that'll mean a lot to them. That 4th pick. If you haven't already, guys, hit that thumbs up. Drop a quick like on this stream if you're enjoying the content. Help push this stream out into the algorithm. It helps way more than you guys could ever know. Keeping up these crazy numbers. All right, let's get back to this. I think we're going to have to go with an easy one here. This is a super easy one. I'm not going to get too cute. We're going to stick on business. We're going to swallow the 7.5. We're going to take the Falcons with that 7.5. Okay, next game up, Cowboys and the Commanders. This is an interesting game. 3.5, so it's over a field goal. Cowboys looked really, really bad. And I mean crazy bad. Without CeeDee Lamb in at wide receiver. Like, they were so bad against the Eagles. And I thought Cooper Rush has done like a kind of a good job this year. Like, Cooper Rush, like, okay, he's not the worst in the world. But yeah, this was just so bad from the Cowboys and Cooper Rush last week. So let's go on over. Let's look and see what PFF has to say for us. PFF, Cowboys and the Commies. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. They're thinking it's 6.3, so it's 6.5. Bad value on the Commanders. Okay value on the Cowboys. 62% of the money on the Commanders. 69% of the bets. Nice. So probably a slight lean to the Cowboys to cover on this one. Let's catch up on the chat real quick. Giants are mad dumb. What time is it? It is 1:43 in the AM over here. Otto the Otter talking smack about the Rams. Ravens going to win this Saturday too. Yeah, I think the Raiders lock in. We got the Commanders, Rams defense. Own baby, sit Gino. Gino's going to win this game because Gino needs $4 million extra, so he's going to make sure they win that game. Ooh, Daddy Daniels. Go Gaming Den. Got another Lions fan over here. Thinking heading to the AFC divisional round. I'm keen to see the shootout between Lamar and Josh. My money is on Lamar and Buffalo. Yeah, I think that's a bad matchup, and that's why the Chiefs have to be real serious favorites to go back and, if not, win the Super Bowl again. They don't have to play both those AFC teams. They only got to play the winner. They only got to play the winner of Buffalo and Baltimore. And I think they match up a lot better with Baltimore than they do with Buffalo, and Buffalo matches up a lot. And then Baltimore matches up better with Buffalo than they do Kansas City. So it's like rock, paper, scissors. Like the Chiefs will beat the Ravens will beat the Bills, and the Bills will beat the Chiefs. But the Ravens are going to play the Bills first, so the Bills are going to get knocked out, and that's going to be beneficial to the Chiefs. Aaron Rodgers will play next year for sure. Philly Matt, where do you think he's playing? Where do you think he's playing? Has a chip. What do the Seahawks have? I mean, the Seahawks do have a Super Bowl championship. But Vikings, Ravens, Super Bowl, all purple Super Bowl. I like it. Do we have faith in Anthony Richardson still? No, I'm out. I never really had faith in Anthony Richardson. I'm very big on guys need to play a lot in college. He didn't play at all in college. He was just a cool athlete. He's a great athlete. My man completes under 50% of his passes. No, you're not playing in the NFL completing under 50% of your passes. It's just, you're not going to do it. It's not going to happen. I mean, Josh Allen's the only person in modern time I can think about that greatly went from an inaccurate passer to an accurate passer in the NFL. I don't think Anthony Richardson is Josh Allen. And Josh Allen wasn't as bad as Anthony Richardson's completion was, and he had a ton of games under his belt. So it did kind of matter. So I'm out on Anthony Richardson. And it's just a shit show. Shit show. What the Colts have done with him. Like his back spasms, his disc. What the hell's going on with that? Vikings, Bengals, and Bills. Chargers are the underdogs. Yeah, I like that. Chargers are a good little sleeper team there. I just don't think they have enough playmakers on offense this year. I don't know, man. KC gets upset in the divisional round. Yeah, it depends who they play. If they draw the Chargers, I don't hate that. If they get the Chargers, that's not the worst matchup in the world. Chargers beat the Texans, Bills and Ravens win. Then we got a Chargers-Chiefs game. Chargers played the Chiefs well this year. But Andy Reid off a bye is like undefeated. What's Andy Reid off a bye? What's Andy Reid with Mahomes off a bye? Crazy good. We're with the Jets, of course. Hopefully I make money off these 6 to 12 games. I did good last year, 8-2 on my best bets, but 3 was boxing bets. But man, NFL has been good for me lately. Yeah, the favorites have been crushing in the NFL. If you're just betting favorites this year, you've been cleaning up. Favorites crushed in the college football playoff so far. They've been crushing all season in the NFL. Underdogs are not alive. Normally underdogs are a good bet. Take the money, get those extra points. Underdogs suck, man. Teams are just kicking ass. Are you worried about how Hurts will play after not playing for 3 weeks? Yeah, that is a very reasonable concern. I think that's a very reasonable concern about the Eagles and Jalen Hurts, especially since Jalen Hurts is not the best. He's kind of slow. He's not the best passer of the football. Slow to get started. We've seen him have games where it takes him a quarter, a half. Now, luckily, if you're playing Green Bay is another team that gets started slow, but they're a team, if the Green Bay starts fast, you're in real trouble, man. They can put up points really quick. Their defense is super opportunistic, so you can be like, Green Bay wins a toss, they go down, they score a touchdown. Hurts is off, they go 3 and out. Green Bay gets a field goal. Hurts comes out, throws a pick, and then you're down 17-0, something like that right away. And the Eagles are not built to play like that. And the Packers do have a good run defense. If the Chiefs play the Chargers or Steelers in the division, they might get upset. Yeah. I just don't think Pittsburgh can beat Baltimore. I don't think the only way to beat the Chiefs really, I think, is if you have offense. You really have to have an insane defense or offense. You have to score 35 points to beat the Chiefs. Chiefs don't score points, so if you can put up points against the Chiefs, you're going to beat them. That's why I like Buffalo against them, and I don't really like Baltimore. I don't know if Baltimore can score points against the Chiefs' defense. I know the Bills can. I've seen the Bills do it, but I do know the Baltimore Ravens can score points against the Buffalo Bills and keep up with that Bills offense. And plus, the Ravens' defense isn't horrible, especially against the run. They're pretty good. Oh, the Rams could get 60-0 to the Bears. Aaron Rodgers should go to the Colts. That's an interesting one. I haven't heard that one yet. Do you think the Browns made a big mistake by letting Flacco go? And I think the Browns' grave was already dug by just extending Deshaun Watson to the worst contract in NFL history. Pittsburgh is going to beat Baltimore. I don't know, man. They looked okay for about 2.5 quarters against Baltimore a couple of weeks ago, but their defense is a problem. Like, Pittsburgh's defense is not the defense we saw earlier in the season. Injury helps a lot to go with the favorites. Yeah. This year, the Ravens, Chiefs, Eagles, Bills play great this time of the year. In 2024, Lions are shit. Ooh, man. Frank is dropping shit bombs everywhere. Look how dominant they were with 2 backup QBs. I know it was Dallas, but still. Yeah. It's Dallas. We'll see. I mean, that's not going to happen against Green Bay in the postseason. It has to be Jalen Hurts. Kenny Pickett is not beating the Green Bay Packers in round 1 unless their defense just drops a perfect game. Because Green Bay has a very good run defense, relatively speaking, especially if they're going to be cheating on it a little bit. Cowboys are kind of still the Cowboys. Like, Jordan Love isn't throwing a pick 6 out there. Eagles will win the Packers, especially Philly at home. I don't see Green Bay winning. Yeah, I probably wouldn't pick Green Bay either, but it's definitely the best wild card game we've seen in a while. Like, Green Bay is a spicy 7 seed. They're going to be a 12-win team. 12-5 won the NFC North last year, and Detroit was the 4 seed last year. Maybe they were the 3 seed. 12 wins is the 7 seed this year, most likely. The NFC has just got records on records, except for the 2, the knuckleheads down here in Tampa Bay and LA. They got 10 wins and getting home games over here. Chiefs are going to lose this year. But I would take them to make the Super Bowl. Yeah, it's probably where the smart money is, taking the Chiefs. It's hard to bet against the Chiefs. Pittsburgh hasn't won a playoff game since 2016. Yeah, I knew it was something. 2017, 2016. It's been an insanely long time. There's going to be some serious talk about Mike Tomlin. I know he doesn't get a losing record. He never has losing records, but gotta win some damn games, man. Gotta win games. He just isn't winning playoff games. And the Steelers are an organization that just, all they care about is championships. That's all the Steelers care about, and that's all they're going to care about. So you got to win some playoff games. Jordan might throw a pick six. Jordan's been pretty good about not turning the ball over, especially early in games. He might get reckless if they're having to come back. Why did the Commanders do that to the Seahawks? Because the Commanders are good. It's 2017 because they beat they beat y'all. Okay. 2016 season, 2017 playoffs. Eagles eating cheese. Cowboys only got cheerleading. They do got cheerleading. We get Ravens versus Commanders Super Bowl. Ooh, Russ will beat Baltimore in Baltimore. Uh-oh. Don't let Russ cook. Don't let Russ cook. The Jags, I know Pitt had a first-round bye and lost to Jacksonville that year, hence not winning a playoff game since 2016. Yeah, that was 2017, because that was when Minnesota... No, but that was the 2018 playoffs. That was 2017 season, 2018 playoffs. So that actually explains it. So it must have been 2016 season, 2017 postseason. That one. All right, reset the timer over here. No worries. Oh, yeah, we got games to talk about. We got the Commies and the Cowboys. This is kind of, kind of important game. No, Firefox, jeez. All right. Commies and the Cowboys. I think the Commanders, we're not gonna get too cute here either. Just take the Commanders. They're gonna have all the motivation. Dallas, I don't know what the motivation is. I think they're gonna fire. I think Mike McCarthy's done. Even though there's questions if McCarthy's coming back, I don't think he's gonna do that. No, Commanders have to win this game. Commanders have to win this game for the seeding. Cowboys aren't winning this game. Commanders got to get this win, get that 6th seed in the NFC. They're going to take care of business. All right, Packers and the Bears, next game up. Yoy. That is a awful matchup here. Odds T. Higgins goes to New England. I would say 67%. I think T. Higgins wants to be on a championship contender. I know the Patriots do have some cap space, though. And Drake May's good, but they are not close. They are not close to winning anything in New England. That team is so bad. Now, you get Mike Vrabel in there. Maybe Mike Vrabel will get things turned around real quickly, but nah, I don't know. Russ is great in the playoffs. Don't forget that, except at the 1-yard line. Cowboys going to win. I will see you next time. Hope next time. Bye. Hope my NFL team wins, please. Yes, sir, Gregory. Most valuable player in the playoffs, it's going to be Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is always the most valuable player in the playoffs because if Patrick Mahomes plays good, Patrick Mahomes wins every game. I don't want Green Bay in the first round. Yeah, I wouldn't want Green Bay in the first round either as the 2 seed. That's a bad beat for the Eagles. The Redskins were the purple cheese. Where the purple cheese at? It was too embarrassing. Super Bowl between the Patriots and the Rams. That 2018. Oh, that was the worst Super Bowl ever. God, that was when Sean McVay. Remember Sean McVay? Everyone's gassing him up as the next Belichick wonderkid, and Belichick just took him to school. Aaron Donald kind of fixed that game up for them, made it close. Aaron Donald dominated New England for most of that game, but yeah. All right, Drampa Bay, thanks for the sub, big dog. Appreciate it. Got that notification in there. Yeah, YouTube's weird. It doesn't always drop the sub notifications on my Streamlabs, and it doesn't go. I had the counter up. Don't want that. Yeah, the Commanders don't want to play in Philly again. Yeah, that's why they want to win, because Washington was sitting in that 7 seed now. Playing a team in your division isn't the worst thing in the world, but I would much rather play the Buccaneers. They played the Buccaneers week 1. Tampa Bay beat the piss out of the Commanders week 1. But that was Jaden Daniels' first game. They have a completely different feel to them than they did week one. A little bit of revenge. I'd be a little scared, especially with how bad Tampa Bay secondary is right now. But I do like that they're a good run defense. Going to make it hard for them to run the football. And the Commanders' offense kind of goes on how good they can run the football. Jared Goff choked. Yeah, a little bit. Oh, remember when they had Todd Gurley? That was a time. Todd Gurley, man. R.I.P. He's not really dead, but he's just dead in our hearts. Todd Gurley's like 27 years old and not playing in the NFL. That's insane. That was just the beginning of the end for Todd. Yes, just disappeared. That's knees, man. Just arthritic knees. All right. Which team would most surprise you winning a Super Bowl? Okay, this is a great question. Great question. What team would most surprise me winning the Super Bowl? I think the Broncos would most surprise me winning a Super Bowl out of these teams. And if it's not whoever this team is, if it's the Broncos or the Dolphins, that one would surprise me. I would genuinely be floored if the Broncos or Dolphins won the Super Bowl. I would be a little bit surprised if Washington won the Super Bowl. The Washington be second. Anybody else in the NFC, I'm not crazy surprised. Like, I see the path for the Vikings, Eagles, Buccaneers, Rams, and Lions to win the Super Bowl. No problem. I can see that path. I can tell you exactly what happened, and I can probably figure that out. Washington, I don't know, man. The AFC, Pittsburgh, I would be a little surprised. Not crazy surprised. Houston, I would be very surprised as well. Just the way the team has looked. Los Angeles, I think I would be pretty surprised too. Not crazy surprised, but I'd be surprised with what they have offensively, and that defense was able to hold up against, Baltimore, Buffalo, Kansas City, and they were able to score enough points. I think that would be my most surprising. So I would say whoever the 7th seed is in the AFC, and then Washington in the NFC would be my most surprising Super Bowl winners. Everybody else, I could kind of see a path in the NFC. Houston would be my next, then Pittsburgh, and then LA. I could see the top 3 in the AFC, no problem. Vikings going to beat the Lions? I sure as hell hope so. It says the Rams are favored in the game, but TK going to show them. I don't know if the Rams are still favorite anymore looking at these lines. I think that might have changed. The Seahawks got to be favorite. The Rams are playing nobody. The Aqua Squad, go Chiefs. Philly Broncos, what about the Bengals? I would be more surprised if the Texans won a Super Bowl than the Cincinnati Bengals. Okay? If you told me the Bengals got into the Bengals won the Super Bowl, I'd be like, yeah, okay. Joe Burrow is just that good. Joe Burrow is the Grim Reaper. Joe Burrow doesn't give a shit. Okay? He's just like, Joe Burrow, he might scare his teammates into winning every football game. Joe Burrow is a scary, scary dude. So, yeah, I could see it. I would be a little surprised, but not really. Joe Burrow is that guy to me. Joe Burrow is probably number 2. He's probably playing the best quarterback of anybody in the NFL right now. I'm not saying he's the best. I think he's playing better than Josh Allen and Lamar, especially with what he has to do with his defense. It's insane. Insane. Let's see. Houston for me. Stroud took a big step back. Yup. What happened to Johnny Football? We don't talk about Johnny the GOAT. Sad day, man. I thought Johnny was going to be the man. I love Johnny Football. Me and him had multiple classes together, but Johnny couldn't go to class because he wasn't on campus because he would just get mobbed. So, if the Bucs win a Super Bowl, I'll oil up and screen record it. Yes. Famous Bub. Send it to the Discord. If you guys haven't already, check out the pinned comment. We got a new Discord for everybody, for the community. Give everybody a place to hang out and stuff. I would love to see that. I'll hold you to it. I would be surprised if the Giants get stronger in winning their 5th Super Bowl. They're going to need a new head coach, I think, in New York, and probably a new GM before any Super Bowl is coming anytime soon. Pittsburgh, Philly, Super Bowl. The Keystone Showdown in the Big Easy. Commanders taking it home. Look at that. Look at the comments. Yeah, Seahawks 6.5-point favorites on the road. That makes sense. It's just because nobody's playing for LA. This sucks as a Texans fan. Yeah, drape the grape. I feel you, brother. It's been a tough year. Doesn't help losing Stephon Diggs and Tank Dell, but CJ's look bad. CJ's just look bad. The offensive line is terrible. Easily a bottom 5 offensive line. The defense isn't really that good either. Pass rush is solid, but the secondary is kind of bad outside of Stingley. This is a tough year, but hey, look, you win one home game and you're feeling okay. And you're in the second round again. And it's like, okay, we can work with this. Who knew having his house broken into would make Joe a better player? Yeah. Did you hear the conspiracy about that one? The conspiracy about the Joe Burrow's side piece, who was not his girlfriend, but she wanted to make their relationship public, set that up and staged the burglary. That's just a conspiracy. I don't agree with that because the FBI's warned everybody that, Venezuelan gangs are running around robbing all these NFL players when they're on the road. So I don't buy that. But that is a conspiracy that the side piece wanted to be made public. All right, Joe Burrow should be MVP for real, for real. Yeah, he probably should. He's not going to win it, but he probably should be the MVP. How close would Mahomes be to Brady if he three-peats? I would put Mahomes, that would put him at 4. I would put him right. I would say Mahomes probably needs 8 to beat Brady. Just going to say. I don't think he can tie Brady. Brady has Mahomes' pelt on the wall. Mahomes never beat Brady. So Mahomes has to get more than Brady, I think. I'd have to watch it, but a three-peat sure as hell is going to propel him to Mahomes probably isn't quite number 2 yet. Probably behind Joe Montana still. But if he gets a ring 4 and a three-peat, first three-peat ever, he's definitely number 2 already, clear number 2. But I think he might need 8 Super Bowls to beat Brady. Pittsburgh will beat Cincinnati. It's going to be a tough one. We got to see the George Pickens and the offense pick it up. How are you feeling about Miami versus the Jets money line? I don't hate it. I don't hate Miami versus the Jets money line. But something does scare. I don't ever really want to bet on Snoop Huntley. And I don't want to bet on the Dolphins in cold weather. That's all I'm going to say. They should win that game. But Dolphins in cold weather with Snoop Huntley kind of scares me. Maybe I'd be more scared if they had an injured Tua. So, maybe. Do you think the Cowboys can turn this thing around in one offseason? Absolutely not. Not one offseason, especially when your quarterback makes $60 million and plays like a $50 million quarterback. Who do you got winning the NFC? I have to say. My guys, I gotta say Minnesota's winning the NFC, guys. We're breaking the curse. Minnesota, boys. I am a Vikings fan. You should never sleep on the Giants, honestly. Trust. Well, unless Eli Manning's running around in the postseason, I'm going to sleep on him a little bit. After watching the offseason Hard Knocks, that's not a well-run team. That is a bad-run organization. Let's see. Trying to catch up with the chat here. Saturday, both the Ravens and the Bengals are going to win. Yup. I think so. Lemo, there's a Home Alone joke in there somewhere. Top 3 QBs, Brady, Vic, Eli Manning. Vic! Come on, Mike Vick never won a game in his life. Come on, man. He was fun. He ain't like that. Ever since Tank Dell got obliterated by our own team, that team has been in shambles. Not only that, but our line has put as much work in as Jared Wayne decimating Tank Dell's leg. Yeah, they kind of looked like they were going to win that Chiefs game before that injury. And I called out, CJ Stroud acting like a baby back bitch after Tank Dell got hurt. I get it. He's your best friend. It's football. We understand it. He ain't dead, okay? He ain't DeMar Hamlin dead on the field. His leg broke, okay? He's going to be okay. He's going to be fine. You're the quarterback. You're the leader. You got to act like the quarterback and the leader. Not a fan. Not a fan. Tom thought about playing AFL. Ooh, arena football? Aussie rules football? Brady's the elder. Mahomes is just the kid on the block. Yeah, well, Mahomes does have 3 rings. So will Tua beat Aaron Rodgers, then freeze his ass off and die against the Bills? I don't know if Tua's playing this weekend, but you also need the Chiefs to beat the Broncos. But yes, if that does happen, he will freeze his ass off and get beat by the Bills. Get more people to join the Discord. I want to chat football. Yeah, guys, if you haven't already, just check it out. Click that posted comment. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm pushing it out there. The Discord's new. It's 2 days old, guys. Can NBA players play in the NFL? Yeah, sure. Why not? Nothing stopping them. They would break, but they're some pretty big athletes. They have to learn to get taking hits. They don't like taking hits, but NBA players are kind of large human beings. Like 6'4" is kind of an average height guy, small guy in the NBA. That's a big dude on an NFL field. I think the Vikings got it this Sunday. The Lions defense is on crutches. Minnesota just more healthy. I hope so. What percentage would you give the Vikings making the Super Bowl? At least 5%. At least 5. If they win this weekend, I would give them at least 35%. You know what? If they win this weekend, I'll give them a 50% chance. I'll say it's a 50-50 shot the Vikings make the Super Bowl if they win this weekend. If they have the first round bye in the 1 seed, it's a coin flip. I'm going out on a limb there. What happened to Tyreek this year? Tyreek was never that guy, guys. Tyreek, never that kind of wide receiver. He was never the best wide receiver. He was just fast. Sometimes he got open and made defenders look stupid. He had more kids than receiving touchdowns this year. Good for him. Spy Guy, I've changed my stuff. I was Cameron, the only Packers fan. All right, Cameron, welcome back. If we can get one win and get as far as last year, I'll be happy. Yeah, I think that's the thing. If Houston can win that home game, you got it. Why you got Miami in the 7th seed? Because we haven't gotten to that Chiefs-Broncos game yet. You know, we just got it there for the fun. We can go back and forth. You know, I can get real spicy here. We can put the Bengals in. I'm just going to put the Bengals in now. We'll get going to that. Lions in general just beat up. Yeah, but their offense is still cooking right now. Broncos easily beat the Chiefs backups. Thoughts on CD? I think CD, he had a good year. I actually like that he really played through that injury. He kind of gritted and grinded it out. I think CD's a little overrated, but that has to do with, you know, being surrounded by Cowboy fans all the time. Chiefs Tyrell was like that. He fell off on the Dolphins. Yeah, Tyreek was like that, and then he fell off on the Dolphins. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Tyreek was never an elite route runner, okay? Tyreek ain't out there running a 15-yard dig and getting open like that. Okay. He was fast. He was good. Metcalf and George Pickens are the best wide receivers. False. False, Liam. 18 is the best wide receiver. But what is Vegas saying about the games, about the Vikings and Lions game? Yeah, I think, what does Vegas have? We can go to that game. I mean, I'm not going to break it down, but the line is 3 right now. The line is Lions -3 at about a field goal. So pretty close field goal game. I think that's right. The first game was a field goal. I don't know why the second game wouldn't be a field goal. So if the Vikings get a 1 seed, they would have a 50% shot as well. I'd say rather my Eagles play Detroit in Detroit than Minnesota in Minnesota. I think that's fair. I think Minnesota's a tougher place to play than Detroit is as far as home crowd is concerned. You should put the Discord into the channel subscription because I can't get into it because I'm on my phone. It's in the description. If you're on the description of the live stream, it should be on there. That's about, I think, the best I can do on this. But it is in the description of the live stream. If you check it out, it's the first link there. It's also on like any video on my channel, on the any recent video. Like, so the video from yesterday on my picks, it's in there in the description as well. Let's see. CD sold my fantasy team. Yeah, he did. He kind of did the last week. I feel sorry for CD Lamb owners, everybody. You know, Cooper Kupp is there's your real salt. What the hell happened to Cooper Kupp? That is the real question. Cooper Kupp has been MIA the last month. A.J. Brown is the best in the league, and it's not close. I don't know about that, Philly. I don't know about that. Chet's is the best wide receiver now, and Randy was the best wide receiver then. I'm not going to argue that. You want to argue Chase and JJ? Maybe. JJ 18 and 14 DK. I got a 16 leg all on money lines. The Colts cooked me against the Giants last week. I hope Flacco can squeak out a win before he goes geriatric. I like that. I do think the Colts should win this week. And Detroit is in a dome, and I think Hurts would be better off in a dome. Minnesota's indoors too. Minnesota is a dome too with the new stadium, so not outside, but it's louder. if we didn't have the curse of injuries and at least a decent line and drop kicker offensive coordinator out of our team, I think we'd be good. Yeah, what happened to Bobby Slowick? Bobby Slowick was like the hot young offensive coordinator going to get a head coaching job, and they said his play calling is bad. It's been really bad this year, his play calling. Just all over the place. No consistency, no rhythm whatsoever. MVP discussion is going crazy. Who wins it in your opinion? I think Josh Allen wins it. I think it probably should be Joe Burrow, especially if they get into the postseason. But I think Josh Allen's going to win it. Now, Lamar playing in primetime again could sway this vote a little bit. Vikes linebackers all back, all about who wins in the trenches. Yeah, the Vikings looking good up front. We're about as healthy as we could possibly be. No Pat Jones this week, but that means rookie Dallas Turner is going to have to go out there and make a statement. Saquon's best RB. I'm not going to argue that. Saquon's definitely the best running back right now. I would have won $2K last week if the Colts weren't trash. This is why we do not gamble, friends. This is why we do not gamble, because there are no sure things. But sometimes things are sure. I think if we lock in against the Eagles, if we play in the playoffs, I think we could pull the upset. Yeah, I think so too, especially if Hurts is out. Hurts wouldn't have played in 3 weeks, 2 weeks. I think there's a shot for Green Bay, but they definitely got to lock in. Los Pollos Hermanos, Skull Vikes with the potential spam. Tom be an elite quarterback if he were to unretire. Yeah, I don't know about elite, but I feel like Brady could go out there and sling the rock a little bit, especially behind a good O-line. Like, you put him behind Detroit's O-line, he could do what Jared Goff does. Also, you see the Ohio State-Oregon game? We locked in as an Ohio State QB. Yeah, that was a good one. Ohio State looking real scary right now. I would probably pick Ohio State to win the Natty. I think Minnesota's D will get a couple of stops, especially with having Blake Cashman back. Minnesota's undefeated with him in the lineup. If Darnold doesn't turn the ball over, Vikes win. I tend to agree with that. If the Vikings do not turn the ball over, I think they are in good shape. Vikings are undefeated with Blake Cashman, and they have a turnover in every single game. Guillermo wants to oil me up. I mean, where's famous Bub at? Bub wants to get oiled up when the Bucks win. Saquon Barkley is the greatest RB in the Eagles and Giants history. Pretty wild. I don't know about all of that. Eagles and Giants have a pretty long history. I could probably find an Eagles running back that was maybe better, but he could be. Slowick's calling is so bad that my dad can guess his next 5 to 6 plays, and he can't guess a simple division problem. Oh, we want Guillermo to oil me up. Hey, if the Vikings win the Super Bowl, Guillermo can oil me up. I'll let him do that. Oh, sorry, guys. Had to sneeze. Oh, again. I'm dying over here. Only sure thing is that the Seahawks are going to be put belt ass to the Rams. As a Gamescocks fan, I was pissed when we didn't get into the playoffs. Yeah, I feel like South Carolina probably should have got in. They were playing some of the best ball in the country. But didn't they lose the bowl game to Illinois? I know that doesn't kind of count, but they're going to be a problem. Lenore Sellers is pretty good. Might be a little Cam Newton-ish. You think your Vikes will re-sign Sam Darnold or go with JJ next season? I think they're going to bring back Darnold. Sounds like Darnold is going to be the guy in Minnesota for at least next year, maybe 2 or 3. We'll see what plays out. I don't think they're going to trade JJ McCarthy. There's a little buzz around that. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. I hate when one guy isn't playing for the heavily favored team and everyone freaks out and pretends the underdog will pull off a crazy upset. People were saying Cowboys versus Eagles would be close. I think because the Cowboys have been playing so good, they forgot that CD also wasn't playing. The Cowboys had been playing really good the last 4 or 5 weeks. I think when Micah came back, their defense started playing really good and the offense was solid. But with no CD, those receivers are bad. Saquon set every single RB record for the Eagles this season. Is that true? That's kind of crazy. Oh, bless you. Bucks playoff win incoming. I wouldn't bet against. I would like them against the Commanders. Right now, I have a bet with my school. Friend, I have $300 at Ohio State. It will be Ohio State, Penn State. Ooh, you're almost there. I do kind of like Notre Dame a little bit over Penn State, but I definitely think Ohio State beats Texas. I'm not biased whatsoever. I hate Texas more than anything. I'm definitely biased. Who's the most overrated player in playoffs? In the NFL playoffs? God, overrated. This might be a little hot take. I think Jordan Love might be a little overrated, guys. I think Jordan Love is slightly overrated. There's my hot take. Do you think Manning from the Longhorns will get drafted? Because in my opinion, he's better than Ewers. Yeah. The NFL guys told him he needs to play though. Like he can technically come out next year, but the NFL guys told him that he needs 2 years starting. So it'll be interesting to see because I think Ewers is going to transfer. But if Ewers wins a natty, he's not going to transfer, and is Arch going to sit for a third season? I don't know. It's kind of getting awkward in Austin because Ewers isn't coming out, I don't think. Do you think JJ will be a good QB in this league after a major injury to start? Yeah, it wasn't that major of an injury. I mean, a torn meniscus isn't ideal, but it wasn't like a total knee reconstruction or anything like that. He didn't even have the second surgery wasn't really surgery. It was just like platelet injections. God bless you, bro. You're a chill dude. I appreciate that, Wraith. Saquon, well, 2K rushing yards. I guess that makes sense. Kansas, Lamar Jackson. Say this out loud that the Seahawks are good. Don't be bad-mouthing them. Why y'all teams suck. Hey, man, the Seahawks were having a good year. I think they're okay. I don't think they're bad. It'd be weird to say they're bad. Russell Wilson. Vikes still got Danny Dimes. KOC is a QB master, and we'll be all right with JJ. We'll be even better next year with Kirk's dead money gone. True. We do have to sign like the entire football team, but they do have a ton of cap space. They got to sign a lot of guys, but there's a ton of cap space in Minnesota. The Chiefs have one of the wildest wide receiver cores. Yeah. I mean, we got old-ass DeAndre Hopkins. We got young, fast Xavier Worthy. Hollywood Brown showing back up. If only Rashee Rice was healthy, this team would be awesome. It'd be crazy. Why do you have the Bengals in the 7th seed? Because why not? Why not? If we lose Darnold, that is, I think Sam's coming back. Jordan Love was never good. Cats with the hot take. Cats! Jordan Love was never good. I don't know, man. Everybody told me Jordan Love was, the best quarterback in the NFC coming into the year. Maybe second best behind Jalen Hurts. That's all I'm saying. I think Manning will transfer. Yeah, I heard Bill Belichick's going after both those Texas quarterbacks. Vikes are good, but they won't win the Super Bowl. I will say that they might play in the Super Bowl, but they will not beat Buffalo. That's my Super Bowl pick, by the way. 2 teams without a Super Bowl would be cool to see. Yes, 0-4 versus 0-4. Somebody would have to win, or maybe that's when the meteor hits and we're all done. Are you going to be live on Sunday of the Vikings versus the Lions? I will be live after the game, depending on how bad it goes. Maybe for a little bit. If it goes great, we could be going all night long. If it goes bad, I might be pissed off and you can just make fun of me. And I'll be raging. All these people talking crap. Hey, man, that's what's going to happen. Bonjour, Austin. Welcome back. Hope you're having a good night. You're saying Loeb is operated because Love is overrated. I like Loeb is operated because we're rivals. But also, as an Ohio State fan, I will do anything for our team to be able to terminate Texas. I don't know. Cats agrees. Drops. Are we going to have to... Are we sure Hurts is good? That's a no. Okay, here we go. New poll question. Here's a new poll question, guys. Let's get on it. Who's more overrated? Jordan Love or Jalen Hurts? Hurst or Hurts? All right. Poll. Everybody vote now. Vote in the poll. Jordan Love or Jalen Hurts, who was Aaron Rodgers is cooked. I like that. Aaron Rodgers will be retiring. Broncos is taking it, and I feel like Knicks will upset the Bills. There is 0 chance the Broncos can beat the Buffalo Bills. 0. Unless Josh Allen dies, they can't score enough points. Would you pick the Vikings over the Chiefs, and why? I think I kind of would. Obviously, Mahomes is scary, but I just don't. The Chiefs' secondary is awful. I don't think the Chiefs can score with the Vikings. The Vikings can force turnovers. They can get after Mahomes. The Chiefs' O-line is bad, and they can score 35 points against the Chiefs' defense that has a bad secondary right now. So, I think that's going to be the key. I think the Vikings are actually a good matchup against the Chiefs. I know there were 2 or 3 Texans in the Vikings team, which I think also helped them, but they are a really good team. Yup, Jonathan Grenard and Brian Cashman, the big Texans additions. They signed him while the Texans got Danielle Hunter from the Vikings. And Cam Akers, but got Cam Akers. Oh, I'll be popping in on the stream Sunday night to remind you that Kirby Joseph owns Darnold. Kirby Joseph going to be a dirty player again, swiping at knees? That's all Kirby Joseph's known for, and not making the Pro Bowl. Yeah, I'm sure they're going to be trying to bait something. I would just say Terrion Arnold is talking reckless a little bit. I wouldn't love that right now. Reckless about the Vikings receivers. Vikings and Chiefs Super Bowl will be lit. Do you think the Seahawks win or the Rams try and keep the 3 seed? The Rams have punted on the 3 seed. The Rams are resting Stafford. They're resting Puka Nacua. I think they're resting Cooper Kupp, Kyron Williams, a bunch of guys on the offensive line. Like, the Rams are punting. They are not winning that game. Hey, bro, thank you for your voice and support for the LGBTQ community. I support nobody. I hate everybody, and I support no one. That includes all of my chat. I hate all of you guys. Now, let's go Vikings. I'm good. I'm good. What team do you want to win, Vikings or Lions? Darkness, I am a Vikings fan. We will be rooting for the Vikings. Broncos will upset the Bills. Mark my words. Daniel, I love it. You can come here and rub it in my face if the Broncos upset the Bills. All right, let's see. We're winning. Jerry Jones, we are winning it all. Well, in 1993, you were definitely winning it all. The poll didn't appear. Oh, no. Check it again. See if it pops back up. Jordan Love is winning the poll currently. 22 votes. Sean Payton is the biggest douchebag in the NFL. Sean Payton. Yeah, I don't think Broncos fans even like Sean Payton. Sean Payton's wife doesn't even like Sean Payton. Done it once already last season. The Broncos defense will put pressure on Allen. Our secondary is solid. Yeah, but they can't run the ball is a problem. I know the Bills are really bad in run defense. And the secondary was not solid last week against Cincinnati. I know it's better than the sieve it was with what's his name back there that got cut, that was filling in against the Bengals and the Browns and whoever. Or no, against the Browns, I mean. But still kind of got Swiss cheese last week against the Bengals. That would be my big concern. Bucky Irving is a top 5 running back. I don't care what anyone says. Bucky Irving's awesome. I don't know if he's top 5 yet, but he's awesome. Giants win the Super Bowl. What do you want to win? Vikings or Lions? Vikings. Darkness, we are Vikings. The Kirby slander is so unwarranted. Kirby acting reckless over here. My man's got more ACL tears forced than 8 Pro Bowl appearances. I'm more annoyed with Terrion Arnold saying that they're good. The Lions secondary, which is like the worst pass defense in football right now, is a good matchup against Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson. Like, chill, young blood. You're not ready for that. You're not ready for that, guy. You're not that guy, pal. How confident would you be in your offense versus the number 1 defense in the league, the Eagles? I would be pretty confident against the Eagles, I think. I like any rookie corners against veteran wide receivers are a bad matchup. It always is a bad matchup. It will continue to be a bad matchup. We saw the Commanders kind of cook the Eagles secondary a good bit. Veteran wide receivers against rookie corners usually end up being a problem. Let's go Bills or Chiefs. I would pick the Chiefs this year. I think the Chiefs would be the better matchup. Now, if the Bills can get past the Ravens and play the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game, I would lean Bills, I think. Would you bet on the Vikings? Absolutely not. I never bet on my own team. In fact, if anything, I bet against my team. So when I'm miserable, I'll feel a little bit happier. Yeah, Bills or Chiefs, I would lean Bills just a little bit. I just want to see the Vikings win because I love Justin Jefferson, but I'm a Ravens fan. All right, I like it, Darkness. 0 career fines or personal foul for Kirby's FYI. Doesn't mean he's not dirty going low at knees. You can hit him in the strike zone. He chooses not to hit him in the strike zone. When the entire division calls him dirty, Tucker Kraft. I mean, come on, man. That's a cop-out. They don't fine for anything. Open play. Bills play the same way they've played the past 5 playoffs. Yeah, that wouldn't be good for the Bills if they played the same. Chiefs nearly lost to the Panthers. The Panthers are not as bad as everybody wants to shit on. The Panthers also almost beat the Eagles in like back-to-back weeks. They almost beat the Eagles and the Chiefs. So Panthers were spicy. Panthers, spicy team. They only won by a field goal. We could have won it too if it wasn't for the 3 injury and the 4 insane plays, which were sacks or interceptions. Yeah, I do think they were going to win that game on was that Christmas, the Saturday before Christmas. Do you think the Cowboys will win this week? I'm a Packers fan, so I hope so. I do not think the Cowboys are going to win this week, unfortunately. I feel like Green Bay is heading to Philly. Washington wants to make sure they head into Tampa Bay instead. McLaughlin is making a splash at the right time. Yeah, he's been better, but it was kind of against the Bengals, who are the worst defense in football. I just don't think Sean Payton knows how to do a run game. Yes, but when the Chiefs nearly lost, Bryce Young balled out. Yeah. Chiefs didn't expect that against Panthers. Yeah. Panthers aren't that bad, guys. Anybody who plays fantasy knows the Panthers put up points, okay? Let's see. I could put $5 on Browns beating the Ravens and retire at 21 if it hits. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I don't know what that money line is, but it's pretty bad. What's this? Here, let me go. Let's go look at that Ravens Browns money line. What? I can't get a money line on Cleveland. Can I get a money line on Cleveland? Okay, current money line is Baltimore minus 1,000 Cleveland. What is Cleveland's money line? Cleveland is currently plus 1,900. So if you put $100 down, you would win $1,900 if you bet on the Browns to win straight up this weekend. Please do not do that. That is not a smart, wise bet for anybody, anywhere or anytime. Please don't do that. Oh boy. Let's look at this next game here. You know, we're supposed to be doing bets or whatever, but we're going to be here all night. Who cares? All right, let's look at our bets. Yeah, we're taking the Packers. Packers are going to win this game. All right, Texans, Titans in the next game. Or Jags, Colts. I think we'll do Texans, Titans since we got our resident Texans fan here for this one. Okay, we'll go back. Yo, what? Texans, Titans. Why is it all the way down here on PFF? What's going on? All right. Plus, estimate is also a heavy train. Yeah, the Bills' run defense is shit. Let me try and catch up with Chad. Our Bills are bad against the run. Yeah, I just don't know if they'll commit to it. And plus, Bo Nix still throws one or two horrendous interceptions. A true Vikings fan never bets on the Vikings, correct? Bryce Young is a man with nothing left to lose. Bryce Young has looked positive, IK. You can't hate on how Bryce Young has looked at the end of the season. He looks like he might be a franchise-level quarterback. Mitchell shut down Puka, Scary, Terry, CD, Mike Evans, Chase. Well, Mike Evans got one leg when he played him. Did Mike Evans even play in that game? When was that game? He got cooked by who cooked them the second week? Didn't Terry cook them in the second matchup? Terry cooked their ass in the second matchup. Now we're going to have to go dig through some damn stats, guys. Look at me. I'm such a nerd. All right, let's go. Who am I looking for? Commanders, Eagles. No, not that Commanders, Eagles game. We're at the bottom here. Commanders, Eagles. What do we got? No, Zacchaeus cooked them for 70 and 2 tutties. Ooh, Scary Terry 5 for 60. Not bad. Jamison Crowder with 2 touchdowns. They got cooked a little bit. It's a little cooking right there. What playoff pictures are you on? I'm on the NFL playoff machine. So, get the NFL playoff machine going. You can pick all the outcomes of the games, and it gives you what would happen. I play with the playoff machine all season long. I think it comes up like 5 weeks to go. That's how we figure out who's getting into the damn dance, as we would say, and what the tiebreak scenarios are. The Bucs aren't going against the Commanders. The Bucs are going to be going against the Commanders because the Rams are going to lose to the Seahawks, and the Commanders are going to beat the Cowboys, and so the Bucs would be going against them. LA is sitting everybody. LA is not trying to win this game. Jefferson's about to get another 180 towards our secondary. Yeah. Jefferson's average in Detroit is insane. I think he averages 10 catches and 180 yards in his 4 games played in Detroit. It's the Vikings. We have to score. Yeah, I think both teams are probably going to have to score in the high 30s or low 40s to probably win this game. Do you know what como se va means in English? Yeah, something like that. Say something. Como se va? I don't know. I was bad at Spanish, bro. Drew Lock is cooking the Giants that are going to get Deion Sanders, kids. Yeah, they're not getting a quarterback now that they picked up those dubs. Unless they trade up. New England's not taking a quarterback at number 1, so they could trade up. Christian Gonzalez is not making the Pro Bowl crazy. Yes, Christian Gonzalez was awesome this year. Christian Gonzalez was definitely a top 5 corner this year. But I don't think people know about Christian Gonzalez is the problem. He plays on, like, the worst team in football. So those enforced plays were called penalties for some reason, but they think they wanted more money from the fantasy football. Hey, the Chiefs do not. The Chiefs actually are flagged more than most teams, actually. But I get the perception. Who you got going to the Super Bowl? I am not ready to make an official Super Bowl pick, but I will say I hope it is my Minnesota Vikings. And that's it. I will be making an official Super Bowl pick once the bracket is out. I will go through. We'll probably live stream it, and you guys can probably make fun of me. Sean's more of a screen offense, but Bo wanted to go for a 2, and Sean chose not to do it. I think the loss was on Sean. No, because the tie would have clinched the playoff game. They needed 10 yards, and they couldn't get 10 yards after they missed the field goal. Like a tie, they only needed a tie. That's why they didn't go for 2. Who's winning the Natty? If I had to pick, I would say Ohio State is winning the Natty, and I hate Ohio State. But they're probably going to win. They're probably the best team. Top 5 all-time wide receivers in no particular order: Randy Moss, Jerry Rice, Larry Fitzgerald. I don't know. I've always felt like T.O. was kind of overrated in my mind. Shit. Top 5 all-time. I don't know. I can give you those 3. Those are 3 right there. That's my starting receiving core. I'll get a hot take. I think the Vikings will beat the Lions, and then we get upset against the Eagles. Y'all beat the Lions in the rematch. We beat Washington. Vikings beat the Packers in the NFC Championship game. Played Bills in the Super Bowl. You love to see that. Wouldn't mind playing the Packers in the NFC Championship game in Minnesota. But again, if all the games are in Minnesota. Forgot it was week 18 and saw the Chiefs money line and almost took out a mortgage. But then I remembered all the starters are out. Yeah, that wouldn't have been great. That would not have been great. Bryce Young and man don't belong in the same sentence. Bryce Young been... What you mean, Cats? What do you mean? Who gets Adam Thielen the ball? Bryce Young been solid. Just watch your week 18 video. Appreciate it, Patrick. Oh, let's see. Yeah, he got cooked versus Washington. Interesting poll. Yeah, you had to be here a little bit earlier. We were going... It's more overrated. So they asked who's the most overrated player of the playoffs. And then I said Jordan Love. And then Cats dropped Jalen Hurts. Are we sure Jalen Hurts is good? So we made a fun little poll out of it. Who you got? Bucks Super Bowl winner plus 1,700. Not the worst odds in the world. We got a lot of Buccaneers fans in here. We got a lot of Bucks fans. That's right. Austin is French, but it means how are you today? It was in a song, wasn't it? Mitchell would shut down Addison and Slay owns Jetta. Slay only owns Kirk Cousins. When he got safety help over the top. Ain't nobody afraid of Reed Blankenship over the top. Okay? Everyone forgets JJ cooked in that game last year. He just fumbled going into the end zone. Right? Vikings versus Ravens, would love to see it. Broncos versus Vikings, Super Bowl. Yeah. That would be a problem for Denver. Mitchell can only cover one wide receiver. Chad Johnson? No, not Chad Johnson. Megatron didn't play long enough. Megatron was great. Didn't play long enough. He's kidding. Don't cook him. Let a man dream. I got the Lions, though. Both teams. Okay. So Zachary's over here worried about the cheerleaders, which is not the worst thing to be worried about. Cards over the 49ers. That game isn't anything to be worried about. 49ers were going crazy against the Lions. The 49ers were so bad in the second half against the Lions, too. You know, if my Eagles play y'all, we're cooking that ass. We ain't nothing like Detroit. And you Lions and Vikings haven't seen a defense like the Birds yet, but the Birds haven't seen a real offense. The Birds' best offense they played 2 weeks ago was Washington, who turned the ball over 5 times, and they lit their ass up. So chill, DJ. I wouldn't be so high about the offenses the Eagles have played this year. Bucks make it to the Super Bowl their way with the aura of Bucky. Not Baker, not Baker's aura. We got Bucky's aura. Okay. Why do you hate Ohio State? And I also just watched your Week 18 picks. I hate Ohio State because I just hate Ohio State. Buckeye fan. I have bad interactions with some Buckeye fans, but I do have one Buckeye fan I am very fond of. But yeah, I'm just more of a Michigan guy. You know, you kind of always pick a rivalry when you're a kid. I like Michigan more than Ohio State. I like Duke more than North Carolina. No, Spy. Spy is a Bryce Young believer. I'm not giving up on Bryce Young. Yeah, I can because I watched what T. Higgins did against the secondary versus the Broncos. That'll be Jordan Addison. Yes. Lions lost their belt privileges with all their injuries. Well, you got to beat them first. Is Jordy Nelson a Hall of Famer in your eyes? Absolutely not. I think anybody that plays with Aaron Rodgers is overrated. Aaron Rodgers made his wide receivers a lot better than they actually were. Eagles suck. I hate them. Custom edits. Honest opinion on the rookie QB class, where would you rank them? Okay, great question. I would rank Daniels number 1. I would rank Drake May number 2. I would rank Caleb number 3. And I would rank Bo Nix number 4. And I haven't seen enough of Penix. Obviously, kind of different because Bo Nix doesn't have the expectations of Caleb Williams. So Caleb is leaning on that boost potential, but if Caleb Williams was on the Broncos in that offense, he would be doing better than what Bo Nix is doing in that offense. And I love Drake May. Drake May is doing just insane with the worst possible football team. And obviously, Jaden Daniels is doing stuff we really haven't seen since Justin Herbert as a rookie. I saw some prediction videos, deadass picking the Giants over their Eagles. Is there something I'm missing? Yes. So the Eagles are resting people. No Saquon. No Hurts. I don't know what their quarterback situation's going to be. The Giants could do something stupid and ruin their draft pick again, because that's just what the Giants do. And the Eagles are locked into the 2 seed. The Eagles can't move from the 2 seed. So I don't hate it. I don't hate it. So is AB not a top 5 receiver? No. I mean, CTE, top 5 CTE receivers. Eagles fans and Team Eagles go crazy. Did you see the fight last week of the season? The one between the Cowboys and the Eagles, it was definitely not a dirty hit on Jalen Hurts. He needs the size. Plus, CJ Gardner did get thrown out for being crazy. It was still close, but the secondary was bad. They just kind of secondary was bad. They haven't played a lot of good offenses. That was definitely not a dirty hit on, no, that wasn't anywhere close to a dirty hit on Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts needs to learn how to slide. He slid so late. And it still wasn't even flag. I'm talking about the players. I'm a Buckeye guy, born here. Most people are nice. You push Michigan narrative, and they'll kill you. The Michigan narrative, and they'll kill you, though. Yeah, man, I just had some bad experience when the Texas fans went up there and played in Ohio State. Wasn't great, man. The fans were spitting on people and throwing quarters. It was very aggressive. Aqua Squad will BRB. Riley Moss had one bad game due to be slacking of the 3 missed games. Well, everybody's better than the guy that they cut from the team that they had out there. But are Sauce Gardner and T. Higgins going on the free agents in 2025 off? Sauce is not a free agent. So he's going to have to demand a trade. Him and Garrett Wilson are going to have to demand trades. T. Higgins is the free agent. And so is Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin, T. Higgins. Good wide receiver free agent class. Best all-around... Best all-around team in the league. Currently, probably whoever wins Sunday night between Minnesota and Detroit. Best all-around team. Listen, as with Bryce Young, I believe in Caleb Williams. Same problem with Bryce. Yeah, but Caleb wears nail polish, and that's lame. I have Ohio State over Texas. You think CJ Stroud has good potential? Yes, but I am getting concerned because I think we're seeing what the concerns were with CJ Stroud when he was drafted. So it is concerning. I definitely had CJ Stroud as like a top 2 pick. I probably would have taken CJ Stroud first. But there are concerns. Definitely concerns. Oh, Wraith with the super chat. Hold on. Hold on. I can't see it. I can't read it. Sorry for only $2, but you deserve it. Appreciate it. Dude, anything is absolutely appreciated. You don't have to donate, super chat, anything. As long as you guys hit that like button and are subscribed to the channel, that's all the support I could possibly need. Share with your friends if you want to do a little bit more, but appreciate that a lot. Absolutely, big dog. All right, you really think the Broncos and the Dolphins lose? I don't know. Maybe. You're a clown. James, that's offensive. No, I like having Cincinnati in there because everyone's getting mad. Everyone's getting mad right now when they ask about it, which is really funny to me. That's really funny to me. So, Eagles beat Dallas 75-13 this year. I mean, basically. What Bo would be second place? Bo is overcoming everything that people are saying. Like Caleb said that he was the next Mahomes or better, but I feel like he needed to be humbled. Yeah, I wasn't super high on Caleb. I wasn't as high on Caleb coming out. But yeah, Bo is probably I would say I'm higher on what Bo has done over. Like I'm a little bit higher on Bo than what I was in the draft. I would have not drafted Bo Nix in the first round. After what I saw, I wouldn't have said like Bo Nix is a great potential first round NFL quarterback, but he's definitely been better. Definitely better. He's got to stop throwing the terrible interception. That's killing me. Like he still he makes a throw like once or twice a game and it's like, oh my God, what is he doing? So yeah, Cincy, the best offense they played. Tampa Bay, Philadelphia, the best offenses they played. Green Bay scored 29 points. The Buccaneers scored 33 points. The Bengals only scored 17. That's a good offense. They shut down Washington potentially. Yeah, Ravens offense okay. But yeah, and then Washington the second time, 33. Yeah. So the best offense you faced, 33 points. Second best offense you faced, 17. But that's when the Bengals were actually falling apart. Did T. Higgins even play in this game? Mike Gesicki was the leading receiver. Yet T. Higgins did not play in that game. And Green Bay scored 29 week 1. So yeah, good offenses have scored against the Eagles. All right. I don't know what the number's at, but we're almost there. We're almost at time for the reward. Soon. Hold on. Oh, not quite. We took a dip. Losing my spot. I like Drake. I would put Drake. Yeah, I like Drake. I drank 5 Sprites already because he ran out of root beer. Austin's running out of root beer. All right, Sprites are good. He did slide when he was down. Love came in with the hit to the head. No, there's not. That was not a late hit. No, it was a late. He was going down forward. He fell forward. Who should draft Travis Hunter? Probably New England. I would probably take Travis Hunter first, but I'd play him at wide receiver. It's kind of an average corner. Average to mediocre corner. Pretty good receiver, though. And they desperately need a wide receiver. And he would get some more money. I would put Daniels, Bo, Drake, and Caleb. I still need to see. Yep, Penix and JJ, obviously, you need to see more of. I don't know. I'm just a big fan of what Drake May's done with on a terrible team. Like, if Bo Nix was on the Patriots, he would just die. He would be dead. Like, that's how bad the Patriots are. Eagles are the best team on paper, and the Chiefs are the second best team. I could see Bill picking up T. Higgins. Yeah. I don't know who has money, and I have to look at the cap space. T. Higgins wants to be paid like an elite number 1 wide receiver. DJ Bucks versus Eagles. The Bucks would be putting belt to ass against the Eagles like we did in the regular season. Remember happened in 2018 when the Eagles knocked you guys out? Yeah, they're not playing in Philadelphia this year. They're not playing. They're not playing at home. They're not playing in Philly, big dog. Could be playing in Minnesota. A little different. Case Keenum. So scary. I'm not mad if you have the Bengals over the Broncos, and nobody is going to take you seriously with your takes. I just have it in there. We haven't even gotten to the Broncos-Chiefs game, guys. We're still technically on the Texans-Titans. We haven't even gotten to that game yet. People take you seriously. What do you mean? Nobody feels like the Broncos are kind of frauds. Nobody thinks the Broncos are that good. You got good takes and you're also entertaining, so I appreciate that, Drape. Who the Bucks? Texans have no wide receivers. They got Nico Collins. They have great. Nico Collins is a great wide receiver, guys. But that's all they have. Don't sleep on Nico Collins. I love Nico Collins. I love Nico Collins. Texans have, let's see. Darnold's the only QB playing in the playoffs that ain't signed next year. I'd say he's got the most riding on his play. Yeah, I think that's fair to say. Are the Bills locked into the 2 seed? The Bills are locked in as the 2 seed. When do we start considering Washington as a threat? I still have people saying Washington isn't a threat. I believe they could be a future trouble. Yes, they're not a threat this year. They need one more wide receiver. They probably need another lineman. And their defense needs to get a little bit better. Their defense is okay. It's a lot better than where it started, but it's still not a very good defense. But Washington is going to be a threat. Yeah, Washington is definitely going to be a threat. God, I'm trying to catch up with the chat, guys. Bucks ain't putting no belt to ass. I promise you that. Ooh, Bucks Eagles, little. Ooh. Baker Mayfield scares the shit out of me. Baker Mayfield is like, you know, the poor man's Joe Burrow. He's just kind of scary. He just might win games because he's out of his damn mind. Bengals pick was because it got tipped up, but then again, people said Bo didn't have an arm, but he's done 2 of the best throws this season. Plus, Bo is a lot more athletic than people portray. Yeah, but that read was horrible. I mean, the ball got tipped, but that play wasn't even open. They were all over that, and he forced that into a window with 3 guys there. It was a really bad read at the end of that game. If you're talking about Houston Texans that we have, yeah, I got that, Drape. Yep, obviously. Who dey? Bengals gonna win the Super Bowl. Who dey? T. Higgins just said he takes less to say with 2 best players in the league with Burrow and Chase. He said it's not always greener on the. Yeah, but he ain't staying. The ownership screwed that up so bad. He ain't staying. He ain't staying unless they pay him. I don't even know what the receiver market is, but he's gonna want to be paid as a top 5 receiver. And we'll lose in the first round. Have fun. No, the Vikings will lose tomorrow, and then we'll lose in the first round. I mean, I think whoever loses on Sunday is probably losing to the Rams, no matter who it is, because the Rams are going to rest, and they're going to kill each other on Sunday night. I don't know. Their Broncos a little fraudy. Lost the last. They could have locked up this playoff spot, and they lost the last 2. Little fraudy. That schedule has been real cupcake. I like Garrett Wilson in Denver. I think that's a good fit. I think they're both good QBs. Well, then, Casey, you don't have to vote. The question was the most overrated person in the postseason. So don't worry about it, Casey. You don't have to vote. Just a little LOL. We can actually end it. You know, we're going to end the poll. Jalen Hurts more overrated than Jordan Love. We need a new poll. I don't know what the new poll is going to be, but I'll find a new poll. Oh, here we go. Let me think. New poll. Will the NFC team or AFC team win the Super Bowl? There you go. Who's going to win the Super Bowl? The NFC team or the AFC team? Make it a little bit easier for you guys. Not a super encompassing poll, but ever since I started watching, I felt like my favorite streamer Clicks is not better than you are. I appreciate that, Austin. Will Stephon Diggs return? I don't think so. Barkley is not the MVP, and nobody scares me that's not a quarterback. Like, only quarterbacks are going to frighten me in the postseason. You win or die by your quarterback. Win or die by your quarterback play. New reporter. How did you win the Super Bowl? Minnesota would have to retire Kyrie Jackson. Oh, they don't retire numbers there. R.I.P. Bakerfield. Wait, I'm just naturally crazy. I didn't even realize. Yeah, it's Baker. That is definitely Baker. I used to hate Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield was one of my most hated players in the NFL. And what he's done in Tampa, I have to say, I've changed my opinion on Baker Mayfield. I kind of loved watching Baker Mayfield. He just kind of does everything right. Who has a better defense than the Eagles? I'll wait. Well, I'm pretty sure statistically Minnesota has a better defense, and so does the Chargers. So does the Broncos. I think the Broncos have a better defense too. Let's go team stats. Score. Oh, God, I forgot. So stupid. NFL is trash. Go to ESPN. Put Bucky in a poll. Okay. Maybe not tonight, but I will put Bucky in a poll. You have my word. Bucky will be in a poll soon. All right, let's see. Oh, my God. Get these ads out of the way, ESPN. Okay, Eagles lead in yards per game, but look who's second in yards per game. The Tennessee Titans. That's what we need to see. Where is scoring? Oh, my God. Defensive points per game, NFL. Here we go. Team rank it. Is this going to have it? Here we go. Finally. Thank you. I found the right statistics. Defense, points per game. There you go. Chargers, Chiefs. Vikings fourth behind the Eagles. Yards, a very misleading stat. Look at your top three in yards. Titans, Dolphins, 2 and 3. Does anybody think the Titans and Dolphins defense are that good? No, not really. Points per game, and then turnovers and sacks. Turnovers. Total takeaways. Bills, Vikings, Steelers, Packers. Houston, Denver. Philly. There's where you want to look at. Takeaways. Do we have sacks? We don't have sacks. Anyway. But look how yards can be misleading, guys. Look at those yards. Tennessee, not a good defense. Denver, put Bucky in a poll. Are you a Los Polios brother? I don't know. Vikings are NFC, so I'll vote NFC. Drape, that was slightly aggressive. Vikings need to retire 84. They probably should retire 84. Randy Moss probably should be retired because it looks bad. Especially after that Commanders game, yeah. One, like I said, in yards, Tennessee, number 2. You gonna ride with the Tennessee Titans? Not 1 in points. Pretty sure it was the Chargers. And the Broncos fell off because of that game against Cincy. Stop the cap. Oh my God, the ride is crazy. If the Lions win the Super Bowl, Barry Sanders would be so happy. Yes, I would feel good for Barry Sanders. Bucky Irving, super underrated. Titans defense was supposed to be good, but they're bad. So this is why yards per game is super misleading, guys. Yards per game. You don't give up any yards, but you can give up points. Where do the Titans rank in scoring defense? Titans are near the bottom in scoring defense. You don't get charged for points that your offense gives up. So they don't give up any yards, but they give up a ton of points because they're also terrible on special teams. Is this return yards against? I don't have yards against. But yeah. So that's why I never look at defensive total yards. Yards is the stupidest stat ever. Who should win yes. Definitely not Bonito. Definitely Patrick Surtain should win Defensive Player of the Year. Crazy take. Denver might be the biggest fraud. I mean, it's not that crazy of a take. I think everyone would vote Denver if they had to pick one team. Maybe the Texans. No offense. to anybody who is a Broncos or a Texans fan. Sounds Los Pollos TV. You're a Vikings fan, I'm guessing. Like I said, Eagles defense #1. Looks and sounds. No Texans. Don't guess. Crazy take. Because of Levis throwing pick sixes, you don't get charged for points. Don't get charged for points that the offense throws against you. Ryan Williams is very underappreciated. Wow, I caught up in the chat. No, you don't get charged for those points. Verse or Mitchell for Defensive Rookie of the Year. I would lean Jared Verse because of the sack numbers he's had the last few weeks. He's racked up the sack numbers, but Mitchell was my ROI earlier. Cash is king. No one I see it. Sub to you, bro. We should poll who's the bigger fraud, Texans or Denver. Good night. When's the next stream? Liam, probably Sunday night. All right. What are we looking at the Super Bowl? Let's go back to picking games over here, guys. We do have Speaking of the Texans, we have the Texans and the Titans game to talk about. Okay, well, we're on topic, guys. Two teams we've just been talking about, the Texans and the Titans. This is an easy one. The line is 1.5 Houston. Houston is resting everybody, I'm assuming, but the Titans are resting everybody. Is CJ Stroud going to play quarterback? Texans need a win. Texans need a mojo booster more than anything. They got to win this game. And the Titans have to lose this game. Will Levis is at quarterback, but look at the draft order, guys. The Titans are sitting at number 2. They need a quarterback. There are only 2 quarterbacks in this draft. The Titans have to lose this game. So, we're going to pick the Texans. There's no way the Titans are going to win this game. Give me the Texans getting points. This is crazy they're getting points. The Titans are going to intentionally lose this game. All right. Jags Colts. Switch on over to Jags Colts. All right. Man, it's almost 3 in the morning. What was that on your drink? Oh, my own custom koozie we have for you guys. Not available in stores. Yeah, support the brand. Yes, Mitchell was my favorite corner in the draft last year. Absolutely, out of Toledo. Yep. You can go back and look. We have plenty of draft coverage from last year. Mitchell was my favorite cornerback in the draft last year, and I think I had Terrion Arnold too. I might have had Cooper DeJean too. I gave the Eagles an A+ on their draft grade. No, nobody is going to take on that Kirk Cousins contract. He is going to get cut. Kirk Cousins is going to get cut. Sophomore slump. Yup. Stroud came off hot, but then slumped. We want a Bucky Irving poll. All right. We can go Bucky Irving poll. Is Bucky Irving a top 5 RB? Hell yeah. All right. No, let's see if there's casuals out there. As a troll. Who's that? There we go. We got a Bucky Irving poll. I did not bias that whatsoever, guys. I didn't bias the poll. You say that like you weren't defending King Saquon. Colts have been playing awful. They have some solid big and major leads. Might sound crazy. Oh, the Colts are just selling left and right, man. They are bad. Oh, end of the timer. You know what? Because it is 3 a.m., we'll give everybody the bonus. Anyway, everyone's been hanging out loyal all night long. Everybody wants it, I'm sure. We'll break out the purple cheese head. It's becoming a staple on the channel. I'm choking to death. All right. What happened to Kirk O'Chains? He's 35 years old and he's got no Achilles. Yeah, I said Cooper DeJean's a DB. I didn't say safety. DB. Eagles is the best team on paper, and all the NFL analysts agree with that. I don't know if all the NFL analysts do agree with that. Oh, Cassius, that does suck. Can you do it for like Sleeper and not ESPN Fantasy? That's crazy. Even my buddy who works for the Seahawks can do fantasy. That's kind of crazy. It is Kirko Moneybags, Kirko Greedy Bags now. You know. Who would have known not signing Kirk Cousins might have been the best offseason move all year? Who are the Chiefs facing first? So the Chiefs are going to probably face the team. They're going to face Houston or LA, I would bet. I mean, realistically, here's what the bracket's going to look like. I expect it to look like this. So maybe Pittsburgh or Denver, but most likely the winner of the Chargers-Texans game is going to Kansas City. And then Buffalo and Baltimore are going to be going at it. Oh, yeah. Everybody support Bucky. Y'all know Bucky is a top 5 RB. I don't care. Detroit Lions devastate. I don't know about that. Devastate. Bucky played for the Gophers for a year, right? I have no idea. I like the tight end from Penn State to Denver. Warren? Detroit Lions going to punish Minnesota. I don't know what way. They sure shit ain't punishing them on defense. That's for sure, unless Kirby Joseph's taking some kneecaps over there. See you, Drape. Don't let them bully you. No bullying, guys. It depends. Try again. I can't even defend myself. You have won 25-27 and won again. Yes, we had the sweep. Depends what your job is. Okay, I guess that makes sense. No one is picking the Vikings to go to the Super Bowl. I mean, they are if they win this weekend. Coming into the season, yeah, people also thought that the Texans had an elite roster coming into the season. And they thought the Vikings had one of the worst rosters. They're 14-2. What? That's a crazy statement. The Eagles are literally missing their starting quarterback, DJ. Like, what? Like, Jalen Hurts has a concussion. He hasn't played in 2 weeks. I wouldn't call that super healthy. That's kind of crazy. I just can't do the sports I do events for each state, and each state is different. All right. I get that. That's kind of lame. ESPN, get it together. D'Amico Ryans is our milk dud. Do you trade J.J. McCarthy for a top 8 pick, or do you just roll with him and Darnold next year and see what happens? I think I would need 2 first-round picks for J.J. McCarthy. So that's the only way I'm letting him. Like, you have to blow us away with an offer. There's no reason not to keep him. He doesn't cost any money. Jordan Love sat for 3 years, 4 years. He doesn't cost any money. I like Drew Aller. Is he going for the draft this year? No, Drew Aller is coming back. Coming back to the Penn State Nittany Lions. So he's going to have another year. Branch for the Punisher. Branch for the kneecaps. Nick Swartzen is the only person who had the Vikings at 14-2. He might have had him at 15-1 at this point. See you later, man. It is getting late out there. Penn State is winning the Natty. I don't know about that. Vikings had a soft schedule. If the Vikings had a soft schedule, then the Lions had a soft schedule because they played the same schedule except for 3 games. Vikings are lucky. I don't know about all that. I don't know what games you are watching, young man. The Lions? They threw 5 interceptions in one. I'd call that kind of lucky. Look way better than the rest of the NFL and isn't close if you break it down. I don't think the problem... What are your rookie corners going to give you? I don't think coming in anybody was super ecstatic. Nobody thought that the rookie corners would be as good as they were at the beginning of the season. Like, don't forget, the Eagles were 2-2. Nick Sirianni was about to get fired this year. He was about to get fired 5 games in. No need to take Jalen. Yeah, but he will not have played a game in 3 weeks. Not ideal going into the playoffs. Oh, the Chiefs are the lucky team over there. Again, to beat up Lions team, stop. We'll run through the whole NFC North. He will be back in the wild card. Guarantee it's fine. Concussion, not a broken leg. Bro. This Eagles takes is crazy. The Eagles could not stop the Commanders 2 weeks ago. We watched this, right? Like, this was happened. The Commanders had 5 turnovers and still scored 30-plus points. Oh, if the Vikes were lucky, we'd have a Super Bowl. 2 picks is crazy. Exactly. Just, if someone wants to overpay for McCarthy, you can have them. The Eagles do not have the best O-line. The Detroit Lions have the best O-line. Best wide receivers, they do not have the best wide receivers, like not even close. Top 10 quarterback, maybe. Definitely not a top 10 quarterback. Best running back, yes. On defense, top 5 secondary, not recently. Top linebackers, maybe. Good D-line. Yeah, great run defense. Their wide receivers are nowhere close to the best wide receiver. Their wide receiver room is 2 guys, and it is not even close to the 2 best guys in this league. That is an insane take. Insane take, Philly Matt. Insane take. A.J. Brown, barely a top 5 wide receiver, if that. Love sat for 3 years, and he's amazing. I don't know about amazing, but he's fine. Lions did too. Eagles will dominate the Vikings and Detroit easily. Oh, DJ, it's going to look real sad when you say they dominated if they win by a field goal. What's up, Mr. Filmer? Welcome to the channel. See you later, Darkness. I'll be probably live Sunday. Aaron Rodgers does probably need to retire. Nick was not going to get fired 2 games in it. 2-2 isn't a bad start. 2-2 is not a good start. I mean, 1-3 is a bad. 2-2 is not a good start, especially after the way last season. Like last season was a disaster. Commanders also couldn't stop the Eagles without Jalen. So what's your point? My point is, their Eagles. What are you talking about? The Eagles defense isn't as good as people think it is. That's my point. I'm not talking about the Commanders. I know the Commanders defense isn't very good. The Eagles offensive line is not better than Detroit's offensive line. No shot. No shot. Kenny Pickett does not play defense. Your number 1 wide receiver room dropped a ball in his hands to end the game, and he couldn't catch it. The defense gave up 30 points. Kenny Pickett threw 1 bad pick early in the game. He didn't give up those last 4 drives. That was not on Kenny Pickett at all. Devonta Smith, I love, is not a top 6 wide receiver. You're insane. That is an insane take. The Eagle fans are crazy, man. Devonta Smith is not a top 6 wide receiver in the NFL. What an insane take. Stop. That is an insane take right there. What? I love Devonta Smith. Love it. A.J. Brown is nowhere near top 5 in receiving yards, by the way. And he missed the year. Nowhere close to top 5. A.J. Brown is 12. And he missed games. Yeah. Don't say that. Jamar Chase is a better receiver than A.J. Brown. Justin Jefferson is a better receiver than A.J. Brown. CeeDee Lamb is a better receiver than A.J. Brown. Amon-Ra St. Brown is a better receiver than A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown is number 5. Number 5. A.J. Brown, number 5. Nico Collins, probably number 6. Maybe number 5. All these receivers are so much better than them. What? Devonta Smith is not even a top 10 receiver. Devonta Smith is not a number 1 wide receiver. He would not be a number 1 wide receiver for any of these playoff teams. Maybe Green Bay. Maybe Green Bay. But Green Bay doesn't have a top 10 receiver. Green Bay doesn't have a top 20 receiver. He's not the number 1 in LA. He's definitely not the number 1 in Tampa. He's not the number 1 in Minnesota. He's not the number 1 in Washington. He's not the number 1 in Detroit. Maybe Kansas City, Rashee Rice, potentially. Maybe Buffalo. Probably Buffalo. Not Baltimore. Zay Flowers is ahead of him. Definitely not Houston. Probably the Chargers. Maybe Pittsburgh. Not Denver. I'm taking Cortland Sutton over Devonta Smith. This glaze is crazy, guys. Eagles fans' glaze is crazy. Yeah, if Smith is top 6. Go look at the top of that game. Kenny Pickett hit Devontae Smith in the chest to end the football game, and Devontae Smith couldn't catch the ball. Couldn't catch the ball. Like, we saw this. Their defense then proceeded to give up 2 touchdowns. Like, this game happened, guys. We watched this happen. Let's see. If we would have had J Money against the Vikes, I think the Packers are 12-4 right now. J Money. Jordan Love played against the Vikings both games. Number 1 in the league in separate. Dude, the Bengals wide receiver room is so much better. T. Higgins is going to be a number 1 wide receiver somewhere. Stop. Try again. Shit, Mailata is the best left tackle in the league. Jordan Mailata is not the best left tackle in football, guys. What? What? No, he's not. What? Oh my God, that's a crazy statement. Oh, we're going to go to PFF now. Player grades. Not quarterback. Let's go tackles. Look at that. Tristan Wirfs, the best pass protector in the NFL. Jordan Mailata, there you go. Number 2, Penei Sewell. There. You know who's not here? The guy who's hurt. Christian Darrisaw, who would have been the All-Pro. That guy. What? Rashawn Slater. Laramie Tunsil should not be graded that high. Garrett Bowles has been really good this year, too. Garrett Bowles actually turned out not to be a bust. I thought he was going to be a bust. Yeah, Smith missed games. It doesn't make him a top 10, top 6 wide receiver. Smith is top 15. I do not know if Devonta Smith is top 15. Zay Flowers is a Pro Bowler. So it hit him in the face. Even worse. The pass hit Smith. You have hands. Catch the football. No top 15 receivers dropping that ball to seal the game. Eagles ain't got the same home field advantage when they won the Super Bowl. Vikings got shitted on by the Lions. That was a 3-point game on the last second of the game. The Vikings had the ball to end the game. Again, a casual who doesn't watch football games. Sutton over Smitty any day. Yeah, Sutton's super underrated. You're a lit dumbass, bro. Even it says the highest grade in the league. Jordan is rated the highest. Well, I literally just showed you Tristan Wirf has a higher passing grade. Bro got humbled looking up the rankings. Number 2 in the whole league. Bro, Eagles have a damn near best at everything in the league. Okay, watch. I can do this. Watch this. Can we go unit grades? Let's go player grades. I can go units. I want to go unit grades. Premium stats. I want offensive line unit grades. Why can't I see unit grades? Because I know the Lions have the highest unit grade. O-line unit grades. No, not O. Here you go. What does this say? What does that say? The Detroit Lions have the highest graded offensive line. Eagles are second. And just like that. I can't even keep up with the damn chat. Live chat. Oh my God. Typical Eagles fans. Well, I just proved to you that the Detroit Lions have the number 1 ranked O-line. It took a 5-second search on Google. Bro, Eagles fans are delusional right now. The Eagles had a shot to be the number 1 seed, and they threw it away because they couldn't stop the Commanders. Like, this happened. This happened, guys. This happened. Like, the Eagles would have been a very heavy favorite. The Eagles would have had the 1 seed. They lost. This is crazy because they beat the Cowboys. You don't have a fucking team by 40? Bro, what? Like, what am I looking at right now? I literally pulled up the offensive rankings. Like, I literally pulled up the scores from this season. Look at the best offenses the Eagles played. Like I said, 29 points given up. 33 points given up. Bengals, that's a good one, but they didn't have T. Higgins. Washington, didn't have anybody. LA, did LA have their offense? All right, they stopped the Rams. An average offense. Washington, 33 points. Proceeded to play the Ravens. Ravens a good offense? Not really. The Ravens can't throw the ball. Ravens can't throw. They can only run, and the Eagles have a great run defense. Oh, the Steelers offense. They scare me. The Cowboys with Cooper Rush and no CeeDee Lamb. Frightening. What? up 23 points to the Jaguars. Shit, Xavier Leggett dropped the game-winning touchdown against them. The Panthers would have won if Xavier Leggett could have caught the ball. Their secondary is super sus lately. That's crazy. This is crazy talk. Sam Darnold is playing better than Jalen Hurts this year. What? What? What are you watching? What are you talking about? Jalen Hurts has been poochies this year. Saquon Barkley's been carrying the damn team. What is happening right now? Their passing game has been one of the worst in football. Passing game has been atrocious this year. They can't throw for shit. What? What are you guys talking about? Love from Australia, Aussie Scolger, Skull, brother. If you knew ball and knew how to read and what people say, not what people, and not think what people say. What? I literally just showed you what it said. How do you lose to the Commanders? Because the secondary isn't good. Eagles number 2, damn near the best. Yes, but they will have a worse record than the Lions and the Vikings, who both have the tiebreaker over them. So they would be the 3 seed if we went on record seedings. What? Hurts played elite in a Super Bowl 2 years ago and was awful last year. Awful last year. And he was bad for a good chunk of this year. Jalen Hurts ranks 20th in pass yards. 20th. Caleb Williams and Bo Nix have... Kirk Cousins has more passing yards than Jalen Hurts. This team is entirely covered by their run game. They have one of the worst passing offenses with 2 very good wide receivers. What are you guys talking about? Because they look good for a stretch. The Eagles look really good for a stretch there. And then they got housed by the Commanders, essentially, on defense. The offense gets a pass because it was Kenny Pickett. What are you guys talking about? I know the Kansas City refs are... Again, Kansas City, towards the most penalized team in the league this year. The Eagle Stadium does have a jail cell. How can you say Jalen Hurts played better than Patrick Mahomes when Patrick Mahomes beat Jalen Hurts in that Super Bowl, played better than him, and Jalen Hurts' fumble lost them the game? What? The Lions are good. The Lions might go to the Super Bowl. Ravens top 10 passing offense and top 10 running offense. And yet nobody. The Vikings defense hasn't been sus all year. They're number 4 in scoring. What? They're number 4 in scoring defense and are the only defense that has a turnover every game. And yet nobody trusts Lamar Jackson to throw the football. The Vikings do hold the tiebreaker, guy. The Vikings do hold the tiebreaker. The strength of victory rolled out for them. We got 3 Eagle fan thinking the birds aren't getting plucked. Oh my God. 110 straight. Formerly 110 straight. Such a casual. Dude, I know Eagles fans are not talking. Jalen cannot throw. They were struggling mightily on offense. Mightily on offense throwing the football. He's thrown one pick. Yeah, because he doesn't throw the football. He's afraid to throw the football. I know Eagles fans are not calling Vikings fans inbred. Bro, I lived in Philadelphia. Patrick Mahomes beat Jalen Hurts in that game, and Jalen Hurts' fumble lost the Eagles the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts lost that Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts fumbled for a touchdown. Patrick Mahomes did not fumble for a touchdown. Oh, I can't wait, DJ. The Eagles aren't going to... What happens when the Eagles lose to the Packers? What happens then? The Eagles have one Super Bowl ring and they just won it in 2017. What? That's crazy work. Oh my God. I just keep pulling up stats for you. Now you're just making excuses for Jalen Hurts. The Eagles cannot throw the football. Jalen Hurts is not a top 10 quarterback. He's regressed insane amounts. Insane amounts Jalen Hurts has regressed. He is not the guy that played in the Super Bowl. You cooked the Packers in week 1 in Brazil. You won by 3 points. See, this is how I know you don't know anything. You won by 3 points, and Jordan Love busted his knee on the last play. 3 points. They won 3 points is cooking the Packers. 3 points in Brazil, week 1. What an insane statement. Oh, Drape is back. Yeah, it's been crazy. You should go back and read the chat. It's actually insane. Now Jalen Hurts is elite. Jalen Hurts is a top 5 passer in the league. What? Three points. They could. My man just said they blew out the 4 or 5 points. Excuse me. Oh my God. 5 points. A 1-score game. Cooked them. Just cooked them. In Brazil. This game was 26-24 in the third quarter. It was 26-30. It was 31-29 with 7:50 left. You sure as shit cooked them. Cooked them. What? That's crazy work right there. That's crazy to say. I've seen some doozies in my day. Crazy. Cooked by the Lions. A 3-point game on the final possession. See, now I know you guys are clueless. Clueless. Oh. So excited. Oh my God. Please, I promise you, the Eagles are not going to suit you guys up. They're not going to glaze you. Where was it? Where was AJ? If AJ Brown was a top 5 receiver, he wouldn't have fallen off a cliff last year. Yo, they fell off a cliff last year. They can't even throw the ball. They have Saquon Barkley doing everything on offense. He carried this team for this season. This passing game was pathetic. $20-16 against the Browns. 20-16 against the Browns. Oh, because they couldn't run that day. Shocker. 28-23 against the Jaguars. 159 for Saquon. What is happening? Saquon Barkley has carried this team in this offense. Carried them. 118. Jalen Hurts threw for 118 yards, and they won the game. This passing attack is pathetic. It's so bad. Someone holds Saquon under 100 yards. This team is getting destroyed. Here we go, living in the past. Jalen Hurts isn't turning the ball over. He's not throwing the football downfield either. This is crazy. He doesn't throw the football. You're not beating a playoff team. Yeah, the Browns. The 3-win Browns. The 3-win Browns. This is crazy talk. The Eagles have to run the football to win. Crazy. Why don't you talk about the other 13 games? The other 2 games? I didn't talk about your fucking losses. What are you talking about? I didn't talk about your losses. We can go into your losses. You lost 2 games. You lost to the Falcons. You scored 21 points against the Falcons, the team Minnesota hung 42 on. What? You lost to the Falcons at home. You gave up 11 points in the fourth quarter. You gave up a drive with under minute 39 to play. We're not even talking about the losses. I was going to be courteous. You got waxed by Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay ran you out of the stadium. 33-16. Jesus, 24-0. Embarrassing. Ran them out of the stadium. What are we talking about? Seriously. And look, so now DJ goes Vikings 0 Super Bowls, but you can't say you're talking about the past. Like, what? Yeah, the Steelers are bad too. What are you talking about? The 3-win Browns are awful. The Browns have 3 wins, guys. They have 3 wins. The Browns are not good. What? This is crazy talk. I have an issue with Lions fans. They said they put the belt to ass on the 49ers, including, but they barely won as a Vikings fan. I can only imagine what their reaction would be if we acted that way. Yeah. But again, 3 points is an ass whooping on a final last-second field goal. Everyone has to run the ball. That's not true. They don't have to run the ball. Teams can pass the football to win. The Eagles cannot throw for 350 yards to win a football game. Well, you guys keep talking about the Eagles. That's why. Oh my God. Eagles fans are living in a delusional world. Why are the Steelers bad? Because they have no offense and their defense has been bad the last 4 weeks. That's why. They have 0 offense. Yes, a team that can't score points. Oh my God. Oh my God. I am now actively rooting for the Eagles to lose because this is just crazy. The Steelers are not that good. Stop. The Steelers are not a good team. The Steelers have proceeded to lose to every good team in front of them. They're going to be 10-8 or 10-7, not win the division. Bounced in the first round. Only team that shouldn't run the ball is the Bengals. Chase Brown's actually had a really good year. Well, we did look at the stats, and they are ignoring the stats. If the Vikings have the number 1 seed, there is a 50% chance to make the Super Bowl. Correct. Philadelphia does not have the best pass defense in football. What? Philadelphia just got carved up by the Commanders. They do not have the best pass defense in football. Who lost to the 3 best teams? They also lost. Let me go to Pittsburgh here. They also lost to Cleveland. Who are Pittsburgh's wins? They beat the Falcons, Broncos, Chargers is their best win. Lost to the Colts, lost to the Cowboys, beat the Raiders, Jets, Giants, Commanders by 1. Ravens, there's your best win, the Ravens, 18-16. But then got dominated in the rematch. Yeah, the Steelers are one and done. They're not beating anybody. Steelers are probably not even beating the Bengals on Saturday. What? I mean, you should just read the fucking Eagles fans over here. My guy's just, Devonta Smith is a top 6 wide receiver, according to them, in the NFL. A.J. Brown, clears top 5. Jalen Hurts is a top quarterback. What? Jalen Hurts has been awful. He doesn't do anything. He's afraid to throw the football downfield. DJ, nobody's skipping past your last message. Sam Darnold first round exit, you guys get. That's when I said I can't wait for Philly to lose. What? The Texans definitely have the worst pass. Philly has the best pass defense. I literally just watched Philly get cooked by the Commanders, but okay. Best pass defense. Okay. What? Well, we don't even play. Oh, I guess we do. It's Saturday now. Oh, Vikings shut everyone up. Eagles don't have the pass defense. Look it up, buddy. One and done. You look up best pass defense in the league. You said they weren't. Jalen Hurts has a few. Jalen Hurts' one good game is the Super Bowl, actually. It is his one good game. That he lost the game. They lost the game because of him. But we'll ignore that. We'll ignore that they lost the game because of Jalen Hurts' fumble. Oh my God, again with this. Yards. Nobody cares about yards. The Tennessee Titans are the number 2 yard defense. The Tennessee Titans defense is awful. Oh my God, we just watched the Eagles pass defense get carved up by the Commanders, who had 5 turnovers. We just watched them lose because of their pass defense. What? Like, this didn't happen? This didn't happen. Did the Eagles lose because of their pass defense, yes or no? Did they lose to the Commanders because they couldn't stop Jalen Hurts on the last 3 drives of the game? Yeah, you are 100% right. Let's see, at least Philly's manageable over here. DJ's losing his damn mind. Oh my God. DJ will say they belt ass with if they win by 1 point. Clips and tapes? Bro, Jalen Hurts was was objectively horrible last year. Horrible the second half of the season last year. The glaze is crazy. He was bad this year. Saquon Barkley has carried this team on offense. The run defense is the best part of this defense. Oh my God. Yeah, Devonta Smith dropped the ball to not win the game, and then they proceeded to give up a touchdown. Oh, and then barely we could glorify. Nobody's glorifying the Bengals. The Bengals defense has the worst defense. Bengals have the worst defense in football. Their offense is good. Go Packers. Nobody glorifying the Bengals. The Bengals are horrible, but if they get in, they're scary because they have one of the best quarterbacks on the planet. Their defense is the worst in football. We watched Bo Nix throw up a heave and tie the game against them. Besides the Jalen Reagor draft pick, yeah, Howie's been a great GM. That was an all-time whiff by Howie. Oh, 150 on the Vikes money line and Darnold 325. Probably going to need it. Oh my God. Welcome to the chat, castmate Cardinal. A little late for you to be hopping in with that. Bengals were better when they had Mixon and when they had a defense. Yes, the Chiefs are probably going to win because they don't have to beat the Bills and the Ravens. They only have to beat the Bills or the Ravens. Daniel, thank you so much for the super chat. Daniel, Eagles have one Super Bowl and it wasn't with Ertz. Typical. Yes, why wouldn't I think that? Sam Darnold is playing elite football right now. Well, that was all last week. Darnold can't perform in big games. He had his career high against the Packers last week. He threw for 377. DJ, I read your message. You're too stupid. You're too stupid to pay attention. God damn. He beat Josh Allen in a hell of a game last year. They lost. What'd they go? 1-5 to close the season? What, he scored 3 tush pushes in that game? What? God, this is crazy. I'm fighting with Eagles fans right now. The level of delusion is second to none. This team just lost. This Eagles team just lost. No, they went 1-5. Yeah, 1-5 to close the season. Jalen Hurts threw for 200 yards in this game. He threw for 200 yards. Stop. He ran for 65 with 2 tush pushes. 265. Josh Allen put up over 400 yards. Stop. That's crazy. I just pulled up the stats of that game. I have no idea about Aaron Jones. Jalen Hurts last year did beat a lot of great quarterbacks in great games, just like this year. Jalen Hurts went 1-5 and got absolutely embarrassed in the postseason by one of the worst secondaries in football. The Buccaneers secondary was awful last year, and it's awful this year. And Jalen Hurts couldn't score against them. What are you talking about? Eagles fans were about to jump off the roof after how last season ended. I don't know. I'm delusional. I just read you the stats. He threw for 200 yards against the Bills last year. I don't really know what happened in the Christmas Texans game. I left after the second touchdown. What happened, if you could summarize? Tank Dell got hurt, and then CJ Stroud and everybody lost their focus, and the defense couldn't do anything whatsoever, and the offense couldn't convert, and the Chiefs are just the Chiefs. Aussie Scolger, love from Australia. Appreciate that. I'm back, Daddy, for a Bucky Super Bowl. How about a Bucky Super Bowl? Damn, Bucky Lowe's in the poll. I would have to see what the options are. I think he's been good, but he is pretty old. Maybe a one-year flyer. I would need to see what the running back options are. He fits the offense really well, but he is old and he does get banged up a lot, especially in-game. That's why the Cam Akers edition was huge. Yeah, Hurts was like the turnover monster the last 2 years prior to this year, and now he's not scoring. Are you considering Tua? No, Tua is an average QB. No, I would not consider Tua a good QB. He's average at best. I don't like the Vikings, but please continue dunking on the Eagles. I do think Bynum is gone, unfortunately. It sounds like he's going to take massive money to go sign somewhere else. Yeah, all I remember was Tank Dell. That was kind of the end of that game. Taylor, what's up? Do you watch baseball? I do watch baseball. Philly Matt, I can have a conversation with you. DJ over here, crazy. No, I'm not going live with you, DJ. I'm going to watch the game. If Bucks make the Super Bowl, I might lose my mind. It's on the table. It's on the table. DJ, I'm not going live with somebody who doesn't create content either. Taylor, it's been awesome. Been awesome. No, I'm not going live while I watch the game. I want to catch those cheers. This is going to be so moot when it's the Lions playing the Buccaneers to go to the Super Bowl. It's going to be such a moot discussion. I don't think the problem is I don't think he is going to clutch up in the playoffs, especially after taking the concussion. It was going good, Taylor, but then I have to smack around some Eagles fans. 6-on-1, and we're crushing them. It's really like 4-on-1. If I start my channel, upload some videos, well, I guess I can simply just write out some scripts for you, for other people, some videos, but I have to get my YouTube channel set up. Go ahead, Taylor. If you want to do it, go do it. Eagles offense has been sluggish at the start of games, struggling to score. Yeah, they're the worst first quarter team in the NFL. That may not be true anymore, but they're definitely one of them. They didn't score a touchdown for like the first 10 games, 15 games. Forcing them to play from behind, increasing the pressure on both the offense and the defense. Yeah, but the defense has been good, especially the number one run. They've been the number one run defense in football. Saquon Barkley is carrying the offense, man. Saquon is running like a crazy man. He's been a beast. It's definitely not been the passing game and the Hurts. But my dad used to play for the Catamounts. Oh, the Catamounts. That's college basketball. I think it was, football. Who are the Catamounts? Is that Vermont? I think that's Vermont. So if Darnold takes the Vikes to the Super Bowl, he would want a 4 to 5 year deal, probably anywhere from, probably be in the 50 to 55 range. Would you give him that if you're a GM? No, I wouldn't give him 4 years. I wouldn't give him 4 to 5 years. No, I would just tag him. You can franchise tag him for $41 million. But I think Sam Darnold will probably take a 3-year deal. Whoever loses to the Eagles, DJ's going to come here and talk about the facts that Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback and better than Tommy. Yep, the new Tom Brady. Let's see. I think the most garbage football team has to be the Miami Dolphins. Yeah, we know about the Dolphins. I mean, there are plenty of worse teams. God, we lost the plot in this stream. It's getting late. I'm going to go for 10 more minutes. It's almost 4 a.m. over here. I mean, you shouldn't have to defend him. He's an average quarterback. No, I don't think he would sit out. That would be bad for Darnold to sit out if he got tagged, because that means he's still going to get a huge contract somewhere. So if they tag him for the 41 and then let him walk after next year, he's going to get a huge contract from somebody. He's still only 27 years old, 26, maybe just turned 27. So he's not in the window where it's like, I have to go get my money now. Like, think about, yeah, he turned 27 in June. So if they tag him once, you're still getting $41 million completely guaranteed. No, I think McCarthy needs a full season. McCarthy having the knee injury and no season to practice for this year, I think sets them back a year. So Darnold, I think, is for sure back next year now, regardless of what happens in the postseason. I'm not rolling with Nick Mullins. Eagles had the easiest Super Bowl run ever. Well, they had to beat Case Keenum. That's an elite run. Which team is most likely to improve next year? Well, I find it really hard for the New England Patriots to be any worse. So probably the Patriots. The Titans also a big contender. I need to see the draft and free agency. I make my big improvers this year were Washington. That was one of my big improvers. I thought Washington, Seattle would be my big improvers. I had Seattle making the playoffs and Washington just missed. So if you flip Washington and Seattle, that's what I had. I think I had Washington at, what is Seattle? I think I had Washington at like 9-8, and I think I had Seattle at 10-7, maybe 11-6. Well, if he gets hurt, then he's tagged, there's really nothing he can do at that point. They're not going to tag him until the offseason, but I think they're going to try and get a 2-year deal done. Maybe a 3-year deal, but I'm thinking it's a 2-year deal. To be honest, I can't see the Vikings making the Super Bowl. Too many good secondaries out there. Well, not in the NFC. Tampa Bay is like the worst secondary. LA secondary is bad. Green Bay secondary is bad. Washington secondary is bad. Detroit secondary is bad. Philly's got the only decent secondary, and there are 2 rookies leading the way. And an old vet. The secondaries in the NFC are awful. My boy Philly 500, he's a creator. Drop a link. Maybe, but I sure as shit aren't going live during the game, bro. I watch the games. I watch my games in peace. I'll go live for the Philly game with them. But drop a link in the chat. I'll look at them. What's up with the purple cheesehead? Vikings cheesehead. This is from when Brett Favre was the Vikings, but we had over the threshold for the viewers tonight, and I just put it on. It was getting late. It was going crazy. DJ, stop asking this dude if he wants to go live. Well, DJ just wants to yell at me. Thank you, Taylor. No, I meant the one against the Chiefs. Oh, that one. Yeah, Christ, I can't even think of that one. Oh, yeah, they tore Brock Purdy's elbow off his arm. Vegas take on the Broncos this year. Vegas take on the Broncos this year was crazy. Yeah, Colin Cowherd that was his favorite over this year. I mean, it makes sense. I think the defense, nobody thought the defense would be as good because the defense was so bad last year. But it did finish better. But they were kind of dependent on turnovers. But I think that was the big thing on the Broncos was the defense. And the defense was so much better than we thought. Dalton, Georgia, good football town, isn't that? Knockoff version of the Bulldogs, Taylor. Dalton, Georgia. Georgia got good football. Do you think they've let a lot of players work if they have a lot of free agents? No, because they have a lot of cap space too. I think they're number 2 or 3 in cap, so I think we're going to probably sign a good chunk of guys back. The teams in the NFC are awful. Well, at least on defense, it feels like it. Detroit has some of the best secondary players in the league, though, or are those injured too? No, their secondary is terrible. I mean, Kirby Joseph turns the ball over, but they can't stop a nosebleed back there. Their coverage guys are bad. They've had bad coverage guys all year. They don't cover people. It makes life easier when everybody knows you have to throw against them when they're chasing. That's when Detroit's defense at its best, when the offense's force gets a nice lead and teams got to throw against them. But yeah, you can throw on the line secondary. You can watch the games and go live. Trust me. Yeah, I don't want to. Philly 500. All right, let me look at them. Drop the link. Drop the link in the chat. Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to watch my team and go live. What? Let me just look them up. Making me look up. $500. Philly 500. It's taking a while. There you go. Philly 500. All right. Yeah, I'll stream during it with him during the Eagles game. He looks like a Philly guy. Let's see. All right, we're almost out running this up. Fun fact, I was a baby every time we go to that football stadium. I was nicknamed the Catamount Baby. Nice, Taylor. No, the Viking secondary is awful. They just turn people over. No, because the Vikings can, like, actually pass. Like, actually pass. But they do run the ball. They're not, like, passing to chase a score. They're passing because they throw the football. There's a difference. The first Vikings-Lions game, they just went back and forth with each other. It didn't matter. And that was when the Lions were healthy. Carpet capital of the world. Probably better than they are with Jalen Hurts. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, the Eagles would be better if they had Sam Darnold. That kind of goes to my point about Jalen Hurts. What? All right. We're winding the stream down. It is 4 a.m. I hope nobody took anything personal tonight. I did not take anything personal. We had some fun going back and forth. Daniel with another super chat. I appreciate it. DJ is so obsessed with you. Have a good night, man. I don't know, man. I think he just wants to fight. Maybe we could talk about the Sixers. I'm a Sixers fan. Sam Darnold's in the right system. That's delusional. Sam Darnold was the number 3 pick, and he's not in a dysfunctional system. You weren't big on Hurts. To be honest, I didn't like him in college. Yeah, he was, kind of a limited. I think the year at Oklahoma under Lincoln Riley kind of skewed everybody's thoughts on his passing attack. And he just hasn't regressed. He has just regressed since the Super Bowl year. He has not been good the last 2 years. Lost you at Sixers. Yeah, I'm not proud that I'm a Sixers fan either. Trust me. Embiid is atrocious. Yeah, he's fat and out of shape. But Maxey, though, just so you know, I know very little about football and never really did like football. I like baseball. That's why they're called the Red Chiefs. Who's your baseball team, Taylor? We probably talked about this already. Baseball season is right around the corner. I will probably be streaming a ton. Yeah, Jared McCain's injury definitely didn't help, but they just, the shit that they pulled in Sacramento two nights ago, and then Golden State, they're probably not gonna make the playoffs. They had no wiggle room with that. All right, take the cheese head off, put the cheese head back on, whatever. Phillies is your guy. All right, it's late. What do you think about the Phillies pitching rotation now? I have to look at it. I'm not a Phillies fan, but I don't dislike the Phillies. I do like Bryce Harper. One time, an old lady said my dad's hat was ugly. He was wearing a Longhorns hat. I swear OU fans genuinely hate us. Yeah, I genuinely hate you guys too, Drape. If you can make out that tiki head back there, I genuinely hate Texas too. We got a great lefty now who I'll look at it. I usually do a baseball podcast with my buddy before the season, so we do a full deep dive into everybody. DJ, pop up in here whenever the Eagles play. We can live stream the Eagles game. I will gladly hop on. If you want to set that up and we want to have a debate about the Eagles over here, DJ, I will gladly have that debate with your buddy over there. And if you want to be on there too, go right ahead. If you want to 2-on-1 me, that's fine. DJ, I sent it because he's a cool streamer and used your whole football knowledge only to get owned by Google in 5 seconds. Shut up. Aw. Happens, Drape. God bless you too. Good luck. Good luck. You want me to join? Drape, come in fighting for the Texans. He'd probably get you a lot of streamers. It would be a power move. I'm all about it, man. I don't disagree. I'll join too. Then it's a date. Yeah, Daniel, but I can't. We're gonna be going at each other. We're gonna be going at each other. Famous Bub is back. It's been a hell of a stream, guys. If you guys haven't already, drop a quick like on the stream. Subscribe to the channel. We got daily sports content. We got a sports stat fact of the day short. We also have daily videos. If you haven't already and you want to connect with the community more, check out our new Discord. Link is in the pinned comment. It's also in the description of this live stream and the description on all my videos. If you want to reach me on Twitter and or Instagram or something like that, reach out on there. Those are in the description as well. My handles, Instagram at afterthereview, and on Twitter /X, I will always call it Twitter at Peter_D28. Appreciate everybody hanging out tonight. It was a great back and forth, as heated as it got. I think it was a lot of fun. And hopefully we get an Eagles-Vikings NFC Championship game to settle this once and for all. Appreciate everybody hanging out here. Quick, do you think Bo has been good at stacking up to Manning on stats? I don't know about that. I don't know. He's probably got a little while to catch Peyton Manning, but he's done a good job this year. He's been a good job. Stream while the Vikings and the Lions game is going. I will not be streaming during that game. I will be stressing that out with my papa so you can see my reaction. I will be stressing that out with my father. Unfortunately, but I will go live after that game, no matter what, win, lose, or draw. I will be live after that Vikings-Lions game. Maybe we'll go live tomorrow during the Bengals Steelers game for the second half. Maybe if it's a good game, maybe I'll hop on. We can watch the second half of that game together. But that's going to do it for us tonight. Everyone go to bed, get some good sleep. It was a really, really fun and interesting day. I can't say anything because Texas... Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one early in the year. But that's going to do it for us, guys. I appreciate everybody. But do not put your daughter's college tuition on the Vikings. 4 a.m., 5 a.m., maybe it's only 2 a.m. for some of you guys out on the West Coast. Good night, everybody, and thanks once again. And we'll see you all tomorrow.